The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
Justin Fields struggled again at practice, and the media is already asking Aaron Glenn if he's concerned. We'll play you what Aaron Glenn said and break it down. It's the Jake Asman Show. Dylan Tereman's going to join me. Let's hit it and get it started.
Man, AG's first training camp with the New York Jets is underway. We bleed Jets green each and every day. Will the playoff drought finally end? Kings of the offseason, baby. This is what we do. At least we have Garrett Wilson. We have Breece Hall. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chat, baby. Cut the line. We have Sauce Gardner. We have Quinn Williams. Prepare to be underdogs. Now it's time to talk all things New York Jets. It's the Jake Asman Show.
Here we go. Here on a Tuesday, Jake Asman with you. Show number 2 on the day. We are presented by FanDuel Sportsbook. Before we bring on our great guest, the Dylan Tereman, I want to let you guys know that since we announced the first ever Gangrene Legends Cruise, a lot of you have been reaching out, interested in booking your vacation with us. Check out the website, thejetscruise.com, for all the info. We got Kevin Mawai, Chris Ivory, Marty Lyon, Sean Ellis, Bilal Powell, Leon Washington, among other Jet greats, Gangrene legends, that are going to be joining me. Ryan from Jets Talk 24/7, Green Bean, Matt O'Leary, Richie from Jets Media, and of course, Fireman Ed. They're all going to be a part of this Gangrene Legends Cruise. We set sail May 30th, 2026 from Cape Liberty, New Jersey, and we head to Bermuda. It's going to be an amazing time. TheJetsCruise.com. TheJetsCruise.com for all the information. With that said, let's say hello right now to a good friend of the show, a fellow Asmaniac. And if you're watching live right now, and if you're not watching live, stop what you're doing and go subscribe to this man's channel. Help him get to 1,000 subs. Dylan Tereman joins us now. DT, a lot to get into with you, my friend. As always, appreciate you hopping on.
Yeah, absolutely, Jake. I appreciate you plugging the channel right at the top. We are 9 away from 600, so we're climbing steadily, and I really appreciate all the support. Happy to be back. As Maniacs, what's up with all you guys? A1 since day one in the chat. And that Jets cruise, man, that looks so cool. Give me a reason to dust off my Chris Ivory jersey, because then I can wear it around the man himself, right? So that would be awesome. I hope to make it to that, and it gives me plenty of time to save and prepare for that, so that's cool.
Absolutely. And hopefully you can make it on that, Dylan, because I think you'd be a great addition to what we have cooking there. Let's get you to 600 there. Everyone go subscribe to Dylan's channel. I just put the link in the live chat. I'll throw it in the description for those not watching live when we wrap up this show. Dylan, let's talk about the latest with the Jets. There's some injury stuff we'll get into, but Justin Fields again today. Not a good day, at least statistically. Even reading some of the descriptions of what was happening from reporters there, it sounds like yesterday there was more nuance to some of the quote-unquote, statistical stats that don't look good. Today, the person who gave some nuance to me yesterday, Robbie Sabo, said Fields just wasn't good today in general. Your thoughts on his struggles and whether or not it's a big deal or not a big deal on August 5th?
Yeah, I feel like Robbie does one of the better jobs at camp, right? I feel like you get the surface level tweets from like Hughes, Kaz, Samini, and that's no slight to those guys, but Robbie really breaks it down. And when he said that the indecisiveness from Fields was not like it was on display and he was just running for no reason or he was overlooking easy throws, that really makes me concerned, right? He had a pretty poor practice on Friday, entering the green and white practice. It looked statistically bad at the green and white practice, but from all accounts, there were some positives, whether it was him running or whether it was a drop here or there. And you can kind of excuse the stats, but now over the past 3 games, practices, I think Connor Hughes said 16 of or 12 of 42. Like the stat is just horrendous. So even on paper, it's not looking good. I want to give the benefit of the doubt. I just also don't think I can stay as calm and unconcerned as AG is. So it's a little bit concerning when it's stacking up multiple days like this, but at some point we got to turn the corner and start seeing, progress from Justin Fields in the pass offense.
Connor Hughes tweeted the following at 10:47 a.m. Jets practice is over. Bad day for the offense. Run game was solid, but passing not good at moment. Fields finished 9 of 17 with 2 interceptions. I did not have a completion beyond 5 air yards. He took 3 sacks. Stats do not include the 1 of 4 passing with an interception in the 7-on-7 period. Fields has had a rough go of it lately. 15 of 43 passing. That's 34% with 2 picks in full team work in his last 3 practices. Not good at the same time. I don't want to do doom and gloom on August 5th, so I think it's somewhere in the middle, but we're asking Jet fans to use nuance, and that's not always the easiest thing with this passionate fan base.
No, that's certainly not. And we're going to be watching every single one of these training camp practices with like multiple magnifying glasses, right? So he did sail one down the left sideline that Cisco was able to get under an intercept, and Sabo even said it was a bad read versus a coverage that you don't make that throw against. And therefore Cisco is able to pick it off. So that one was definitely a bad interception by Fields. But then the second one, it seemed like it came off of a pass that he may have thrown a little high for Ruckert, but Ruckert couldn't handle it, and it deflected off into Brandon Stevens' hands. So I wasn't too terribly worried about the second interception. The 1 for 4 in 7-on-7 periods, they actually posted the video of the interception pass from Fields to Tony Adams. It looks like he was trying to fit it in on a tight window throw from Josh Reynolds, moving from Fields' right to left. And Sauce just had super sticky coverage on Reynolds and looked like he got a hand in there, popped it up, and Tony Adams intercepted it in 7-on-7. So maybe in, a normal game scenario against, average corners that aren't Sauce Gardner, that's a completion. But to say that's anything other than hopium at this point with Justin Fields is it's false. I feel like you have to have a lot of hopium with Justin Fields at this point. If you think he's going to be MVP or AP All-Pro first team, like I don't see it. I don't even see him being top 12. At this point, he's probably like league average, maybe even slightly below league average. And it's kind of the results of all these practices. Although 34% is lower than what I expect him to do in the regular season, obviously, it's not good in practice whatsoever.
Hit the like button if you're just tuning in. I've seen we have a ton of gifted memberships already, and I have not even shared publicly what the raffle prize is, but I did share in the Discord what it is, and people are excited. A signed Wayne Chrebet jersey will be raffled away. Wayne Chrebet among a bunch of Jet players, former Jet players, that were there today supporting the team. Glenn had Kevin Mawai and company break down the huddle at the end of practice, which was really cool to see. So in honor of AG connecting the Jets past with the current Jets, we'll give away a signed Wayne Chrebet jersey at the end of the show. And a huge shout out to Johnny Bobani for gifting 5, Party with Peg and Artie for gifting 5, Spyro for doing it the old-fashioned way, becoming a channel member, Mother Effin' Chew and Phantom Green and White before the show even started, getting themselves in the raffle as well. It's interesting because you brought up the Sauce play, right? You have Sauce. You also have Brandon Stevens, who's looked good. We know Michael Carter, when healthy, is really good. Then you factor in the improved safety play. Now you factor in the fact that Justin Fields just has Garrett Wilson, and Mason Taylor wasn't out there today. He could miss a week or so with a high ankle sprain. Josh Reynolds is okay. No Xavier Gibson. Like, you really look at what he's throwing to, how much of it is new offense, doesn't have great weapons, and the Jet defense is really good versus, hey, Justin Fields just doesn't have it. That's what's so tough. It's why I think next week, Dylan, when the Jets play the Giants for a joint practice 2 days next week, Tuesday and Wednesday, if he's awful in those, then I think it's starting to be concerning because now you're not going up against this superimposing great defense. Now you're going up against a different team, and we got to see what it looks like against the Giants. But I'm not going to sit here and tell people that Justin Fields is great. I have doubts on the player. I have confidence they could be a functioning offense if they could run the ball well. But the reason why I don't think Fields is the long-term answer is because I just don't know if he's ever going to be a good enough passer to warrant being a franchise quarterback. And obviously the Jets are betting on the fact they think he can at some point this season and prove that he's that guy for them.
Yeah, it seemed like AG, when asked about it today, because it was asked at the press conference, I actually feel like, I'm not saying the beat is stepping up their game, but they're asking more questions that I feel like fans like you and I want them to ask, that I feel like they might have been afraid to ask in the past. And one of them was, do you consider this a good defense versus a bad offense situation? And AG didn't really lean into that. He said, offense is going to win their days. Defense is going to win some days. On the outside looking in from our perspective, for sure, I know you went to the one camp on Saturday. I haven't been to any camps. It's definitely a concern. Obviously, it's a good defense, but it's also a bad offense to this point from what we've seen. And I know I usually come on here and I'm super optimistic, but it's really tough to be optimistic about what this offense is, especially when Mason Taylor is hurt, right? He has the high ankle sprain. He's going to be out this week against Green Bay. The offense took a big step back when he's not there, right? Jeremy Ruckert dropped a pass that turned into an interception. So I feel like when, Fields has the complement of weapons, he has more confidence, like Garrett, Mason, Brees, all those guys, Braylon out there too. So it's definitely not helping when you have injuries to the offensive side, but you also do have to give the defense credit. I don't think it's a top, 5 unit anymore like it was in 22 or 23, whichever year that was, but it's probably like a top 12 defense, right? So I would expect them to be ahead of the offense, but at the same time, you definitely want to make sure your offense is winning some of these practices, and it just doesn't seem like for the majority of the time they're winning these practices.
And the media is ready to pounce. Here's a headline from ESPN.com. Jets new quarterback Justin Fields preach patience amid camp struggles. New York Post, Jets' love for Justin Fields can only go so far as true test awaits. And then finally, Justin Fields' perfect start evaporates into forgettable Jets camp day, and Garrett Wilson didn't help. They got Garrett Wilson and a bunch of question marks right now in that receiver room. I mean, no Xavier Gibson, so you're thinking, okay, can Malachi Corley step up? Well, today in Oklahoma drills, apparently Quincy Williams knocked the ball out of his body, and I have no faith in Corley. I like the idea of Arian Smith having a good camp so far, but he's a 4th-round rookie. Like, there's just a lot of unknowns in that room outside of Garrett, and that's my biggest concern, and that's been my biggest concern for months.
Yeah, I forget which reporter it was that I have their tweets notified, but somebody asked them about the Saints offense being one of the worst offenses in the league. And of course, it comes after today when the Jets practice was pretty putrid. And he said, well, the Jets are giving them a run for their money. And I'm like, come on, man. Like, this is training camp at the end of the day. Like, we have to pump the brakes a little bit. It is bad. I'm not going to sugarcoat it and say Justin Fields is going to all of a sudden turn it on in September. But to say we're going to be the worst offense, like, no, we haven't been able to see Justin Fields as a runner to its fullest potential. We still haven't seen the backfield and the run game come together. I still think the offensive line and Breece Hall is going to be the catalyst of this offense. And like you said earlier with your last question about going up against the Giants, that's a fantastic defensive front, right? With Abdul Carter, Kayvon Thibodeau, Dexter Lawrence, all the guys, Brian Burns that they have. Like, that's going to be a good test up front. But other than that, their back 7 could be had, right? We can win with Garrett Wilson or whoever. Hopefully it's Mason Taylor. I don't think it's going to be with the high ankle, but I do think that we can show some signs of good progress as an offensive unit against the Giants. So that's definitely going to be the first, measuring stick, is going up against another team and not going against Sauce Gardner every single practice.
We brought up Aaron Glenn in his comments when asked about Fields' struggles. This was AG at the podium earlier today.
Aaron touched on the offense, but what specifically did you see out of Justin today in the snaps?
Well, there's a number of things. Again, as far as the way his command was of the offense and know exactly what to do was outstanding. Some of his throws wasn't on point, all right? But, again, a lot of them were on point, and guys got to make plays for him too. So that kind of showed up today. And we got to get ready to fix those things. So it goes hand in hand with quarterback and receivers. He has to deliver the ball, and they have to catch it.
I mean, it's early. And once again, he's learning his 4th system in like 5 years. There's something to that. He's never played with anyone besides Garrett Wilson as far as Jet players that are going to matter in 2025. It's going to take time. He's going up against a good defense. Typically, defense is ahead of the offense this time of year. But we're not doing our jobs if we don't talk about the fact that this is now 3 straight practices where he has not been great passing the football. And it's early, and there's still time for it to improve. And I think Fields is the type of player that will be a better regular season player than someone in practice. That said, a lot of the issues that Fields had in Chicago or Pittsburgh holding onto the ball, that's being reported at Jet Camp. And there was a legit concern about a lack of weapons. And now with Mason Taylor down for a week or so, Gibson out, we're seeing that. That's a real thing. So I'm not telling everyone to panic, but if you're not at least addressing it, you're just pretending like all is okay. I don't know if all is okay.
Yeah, I think when Robbie said it was a brutal day for the quarterback, specifically Justin Fields, that's what really gave me the most like negativity around the whole situation, because he did kind of excuse the Saturday practice and say, hey, there were these types of things that went on, but he did show good, getting through his reads, and he either just threw it away to get it away from the double coverage or whatever the case was. But when he said it was a brutal practice today because he was either and you don't know because we're not there, obviously, but is he reading too fast through the progressions? Is he reading too slow through the progressions? Is he just taking off and running like Robbie said he did at least once today with no meaning behind it? Usually it's like, okay, 1 to 2 to run. If he's just standing back there and all of a sudden just runs, it's just a lot of things must have been going on in his head today where things were just moving a little too fast. And like you said, that's the new offense being installed. It's obviously going to be a slow play when you're installing a brand new offense. And I do think Engstrand's offense is pretty complex. It's going to be more like the Mike LaFleur's of the world, as opposed to like the Nate Hackett's of the world, where it's just simple concepts with Hackett. I think we're actually going to get some good schemed open plays with Engstrand. So it is going to be a whole learning curve. And to AG's point in the clip, your quarterback to wide receiver connections have to be on point. If this is a timing-based offense, and Engstrand, everything he talks about is timing, spacing. Garrett can't run those little flares and do the little extra stuff on his routes because he just needs to get to his route and his landmark, turn around and catch the ball. So all those things are just going to be, stacked against Justin Fields when he's trying to learn an offense, especially for a quarterback who never really showed consistency in these areas, right? So if he has never got to the back of his drop, saw his number one read open and just throws it without having any second thoughts, that's great, but he hasn't been able to do that recently in his career. So they're trying to coach that into him, and that's going to take a long time, and it's going to be probably another week or two before we start seeing probably consistency from Fields.
Hit the like button if you're just tuning in. Today's giveaway is a signed Wayne Corbett jersey. We raffle that away at the end of the show. I have it right here. It's in my possessions. I mail it to you should you win the signed Wayne Corbett jersey. Wayne Corbett, Kevin Mawai, among several former Jet greats who attended practice today, and that was really cool to see if you're a long-suffering Jet fan. JJ with a super chat. Zach Wilson had great training camps, allegedly, and he sucked during the season. A-Rod, back-to-back good camps with the Jets, sucked during the season. Fields will be okay. I'd push back on A-Rod sucking during the season. Like, Aaron Rodgers threw 28 touchdowns last year and almost 4,000 yards. Doesn't mean that the Jets can't have a better offense as a whole this year with better coaching and a real plan to run the ball. But like Justin Fields, his issues are throwing. And that's why they're designing an offense where he's not going to be asked to hopefully throw 30 times a game. And it's going to be a lot of ground and pound. But there's going to be moments, JJ, where you need your quarterback to drop back and throw. And I have doubts Fields is good enough to be able to do all that. So that's the concern for anyone who is trying to bring up Rodgers or Zach Wilson. We're talking about the 2025 Jets and how they can maximize the talent that is on this team. They're going to need to get more from Justin Fields as a passer, even if their plan is to utilize his superpower of running the ball.
Yeah, I mean, we can do the whole hopium thing again and say Zach Wilson was good in August and sucked September on, and hopefully Fields is the opposite of that. But this offense is going to be tailored to the strengths of their personnel. So that's probably why we haven't seen that wide receiver 2 we're all clamoring for enter the fold, right? They're trying to discover if Justin Fields' offense needs a wide receiver 2. Obviously, he would benefit from having a really good wide receiver. That's obvious, right? If you had 2 wide receivers that are good, maybe not Garrett's level, you obviously have, defenses in more of a situation. But I think Engstrand wants to design this offense to be obviously run first with the 3 backs and Fields, but it's going to be Garrett Wilson, Mason Taylor, Breece Hall, and then a sprinkle in of Reynolds and Arian Smith. So if that's what works for this offense, that's great. And it's not Madden, right? We don't need 3 or 4 wide receivers that are all very, very good players, although it would help your offense, especially when your quarterback struggles in these situations. So I just feel like what we're seeing in camp is probably it's obviously not the finished product, but when you have a running quarterback and so much goes into that running element of it, they could be a 60% run team in 2025, right? And we're not seeing any of that in camp. So I do want to pump the brakes, although it is cause for concern. We're not hitting the panic button here just yet.
I think that's a good point and very well said. By the way, you brought up Robbie Sabo. This was the text I got today. Okay, today was as bad as it gets for Fields.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah,
not good.
exactly.
Not good.
And that's cause for concern, right? Robbie doesn't, lie about these things. He's very transparent in his tweets as much as he can be, right? And I know a lot of people think it's just like word jumble because he's under restrictions by the team, so he can only say so much about route concepts and coverages and things like that. But he does his best. And when I saw the word brutal for the quarterback, I felt really bad. I was like, uh-oh, this is not looking good.
Comments, questions, super chats, they cut the line. The other story out of camp today is the severity to Mason Taylor's injury, the severity to his ankle. This was Aaron Glenn with a back and forth with the media being asked about Mason Taylor.
With Mason, we've talked a lot about the acclimation from college to the NFL for tight ends and how challenging it can be. If he's going to miss a few weeks here with a high ankle sprain, I mean, is that a little alarming that he's going to be, I know he's still going to be in meetings, but he's going to be missing some valuable time on the field?
Well, you guys are the one that said it was challenging. I never said that. He's a damn good player. He has the pedigree of playing that, of being just an NFL player because of his dad. So I think he's going to be just fine. I'm not worried about that player at all.
Okay, he's going to be just fine. Should we be worried about Mason Taylor if he has to miss a week or so, Dylan?
No, I'm not terribly worried about it. Obviously, you want your rookies to be out there as much as possible, absorbing all the reps, both physical and mental reps. You want them in their playbook, which if he's injured, he can still be in the meetings in the playbook. I just did a quick ChatGPT search. Grade 1 is a mild, so that's 1 to 3 weeks. So even if it is 1 to 3 weeks, I don't think he's going to play this week. He was ruled out. Next week would come into question against the Giants. If it's a grade 2, a moderate sprain, that's 3 to 6 weeks. Sometimes even up to 8. And then a severe would be a grade 3, which is 6+ weeks to several months. So it seems like from AG's comments, it's not severe, probably not even moderate. We're looking at a mild high ankle sprain. If he has to miss all of preseason, that's a little bit unfortunate, right? Considering we assume he's the number 1 tight end. The depth chart can lie to us all they want and put Ruckert first. It's Mason Taylor from what our eyes and ears tell us at training camp. So I hope it's closer to the 1 to 2 week range. If they want to slow play it and give him 3 weeks, as long as he's, able to do the meetings and the mental reps and keep up that way, I don't think there's going to be too much of a setback for him. Whereas if it's like Arian Smith, who has to miss 3 weeks, then I'm more concerned because he's struggling on the depth chart to like assert himself as the number 3 or number 4. And he has some concerns coming out of college that made him the 4th round pick, whereas Taylor is a higher pedigree player. So I'm not terribly concerned, but I hope it's closer to 1 to 2 weeks than 3+ weeks.
Sooner he's out there, the better, because he has a real role in this offense, even as a rookie. Here are some of the other injury updates we got today from Aaron Glenn. This is from Brian Costello's Twitter account. Mason Taylor, we talked about that. High ankle sprain, out at least a week. Tyrod Taylor, knee. He's getting evaluated. Glenn didn't make it sound like it's overly serious. Tyrod, of course, a vet. You're not really concerned about him being ready for the season as long as he's healthy. But Justin Fields, and I'll talk more about this, I'm sure, on the show tomorrow, Dylan, he said he'd like to play at least a little bit in the preseason. I don't know if he's going to play this week, but if he doesn't, and we know Tyrod's not going to play, we're looking at Adrian Martinez and Brady Cook for the entirety of the Packers game Saturday night at in Lambeau in that first preseason matchup.
I do think, and this is something Buffalo Jet fan and I talked about last night on our Monday stream, I think the starters need to play 2 to 3 series at least in this game, and then probably a little bit more in the Giants game. And I understand that the previous regime used the joint scrimmages as like their preseason game, and then they didn't play them in the preseason. I think they need to play. And today is just kind of a sign of that, right? Like Fields is struggling. I want to see him with live bullets. I also want to see how the coordinators and coaches handle live game situations. So I do think that maybe, Fields is saying that as kind of like a push to get AG to let them play. But I do hope that AG is ultimately going to keep the starters in for 2 series on Saturday and then hopefully 4 or 5 series against the Giants next week.
Selfishly, I hope Fields and them don't play Saturday because I have a wedding, so it's going to make it complicated to actually have to try and watch a preseason game. But I'll do my best if that is the case. I do think they're going to play at some point. It's just a matter of, are they playing in this first one, or do they play a lot in the joint practices against the Giants and then play a little bit against them in the actual game next week? Other injuries here: Will McDonald, back spasms; AZ Thomas, shoulder; Byron Cowart, ankle. I don't know if any of these are overly serious, but Glenn didn't have a definitive update on those guys to this point. So maybe we find out more tomorrow.
Yeah, and Will McDonald and Byron Cowart, he said they happened in indo drills, which I believe is short for individual drills. So it wasn't like it was in like the contact periods or anything like that. Obviously, back spasms, I'm sure we've all had a slight degree of back spasms in our lives. Like they're just uncomfortable, and you don't want to try to play through that. AZ, it said that he was falling. He fell on his shoulder going for a pass breakup, and then Cowart, again, individual drills, ankle sprain, or ankle, I don't want to say sprain. But yeah, the severity doesn't seem too severe, but any injury at this point, we're going to probably be looking at more closely as Jets fans, because our whole season rides and dies on Justin Fields' fourth toe from the left.
Dre Day in the signed Wayne Corbett jersey raffle at the end of the show for one. Thank you very much. Dre Day C checks in. I think back to last year's training camp when Aaron Rodgers and Garrett Wilson were lighting it up daily, and we all know how that turned out. Not only that, C, and I referenced this on the first show today, I went to that joint practice against the Commies last year when Rodgers didn't even play because it was raining, and it was Tyrod and Garrett Wilson carving up the Commanders, and then the Jet defense making Jaden Daniels look bad for a lot of that practice, and we know what happened with him and that team last year. So it's early. Things change. Well-coached teams get their players to improve throughout the summer, and they're ready to go when the games actually start. And that's what ultimately Aaron Glenn's going to be judged on. None of this matters now. It matters in real time because we're reacting to it. We're talking about it. All that matters is, are the Jets ready to play on September 7th against the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Yeah, and I liked his answer when he talked about the dog days of training camp, this being the dog days right now. And he said that he doesn't care that this is technically considered a game week and they have game prep to do. He's like, our coaching staff set out, X amount of goals for each individual practice for the points of progression that we need to hit as a team. So he's like, I don't even care about the game. And I know yesterday he even said, I don't care what the score is on Saturday. And maybe to a degree that's coach speak. But I love the fact that he's approaching every practice with points of attack and saying, this is where we need to get better. And this is what I want to see from our team. Obviously, whether he sees that or not is to be determined on field. But I love the fact that just because it is the preseason right now, he's not, deterring from his path, and he's sticking with what he knows is going to work for this team. So I love the head-on mentality from AG, and he's sticking to his guns, whether it ends up being good results or bad results. We'll find out.
Hit the like button if you're just tuning in. More importantly, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And do what Jay did. Get the membership. Give yourself a chance to win a signed Corbett jersey. Jay gave himself 5 chances to win an autographed Wayne Corbett Jets jersey. Jay, thank you very much. We got a super chat here from C, who says Fields' comments today about starters playing in the preseason would be sick to see them go out there for a drive or two on Saturday. Hey, look, it definitely could happen, Dylan. I think your theory is not completely off base, because maybe they wouldn't want to have anyone play in that last preseason game, just in case there's an injury. You don't want to risk it that close to the year. So I think you're right. Maybe we do see the starters for a series or two on Saturday. Then they play a half, let's say, against the Giants the following week, perhaps. I don't know.
Well, that was going to be my question to you, do you think the third game should be a dress rehearsal for what your starting unit is going to look like in the regular season? Or should it be a dress rehearsal for the third and fourth teamers who are really trying to make the roster, right? I think it's the latter. I don't think the starters should play in that third game. You know what they are. They're on the top, the two line, they're too deep on the depth chart, whatever you want to call it. They're there for a reason. You know that they're going to be part of your 53-man roster. Go let players 38 through 65 or 38 through 90, whoever it is, let those guys go out and play and make sure that maybe that last game where maybe it is against a couple, guys that are going to be out of the league or in the UFL in a couple weeks, and they do have a really good third or fourth quarter against them, but maybe they do show you enough to stay on the team. Justin Fields isn't going to show me anything against the Panthers or against the Commanders in the third week that's going to say, wow, okay, we didn't see that before. So yeah, play him a little bit this week, play him a little bit more next week, and then let the guys like Brandon Smith, Quentin Skinner, Donovan Edwards, let those guys go out on offense against the Commanders and showcase what they have.
JJ, who's Mr. Spin for Justin Fields, says Fields struggling now is a good thing. Means they have a lot of coaching points to make him better. We also have a lot of weapons on offense. Who? Tell me the weapons on the Jet offense besides Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall. Like that you could definitively say those guys are legit weapons on a good NFL team. Like Breece and Garrett would be legit stars on any good team in the league. Like that's what we're talking about. I don't know what Mason Taylor is. He's a rookie.
Right.
I don't know what any of the other wide receivers are. Josh Reynolds is probably, in a best case scenario, the number 3 or number 4 option on a legit good team.
Yeah, Mason Taylor would be the one that you're hopeful about, obviously. Josh Reynolds, I think there's just a role for him in the offense, which makes him, I guess, considered a weapon. Arian Smith, kind of the same thing, right? He has a role as the intermediate to deep, take the top off. So, like, yes, he could be considered a weapon, but do we know that that's a confirmed thing? No, absolutely not. But somebody else I'll throw in there that we might have overlooked when considering him a weapon is Braylon Allen. I think he's going to be top 6 in terms of like production and from the skill position players. Obviously, the 5 I just mentioned, and then Braylon Allen. So any of those 6 guys, if 2 of those guys outside of Garrett and Breece can be above average to very good or good, I think it'll go a long way. But it's hard to say definitively now. We have a lot of weapons on offense.
Jetaholic checks in with a super chat. Just ordered my Asmaniac shirt. Hell yeah. JakeAsman.com. Get an Asmaniac hat while you're there. On a scale of 1 to 10, what is the concern level with Fields right now? I'm hoping just some hiccups and learning a new system. I would say I'm at a 6 with Fields.
Okay.
Like if this was later in the summer, I'd probably would be closer to like an 8 or a 9. I just think we need proper context. Defense he's going against, new system. Didn't have Mason Taylor out there today. Didn't have Xavier Gibson out there today. Clearly, he's a guy that in games is going to use his legs a lot more than he's going to in practice, where they're coaching him to go through the progressions and run the plays. So I'm factoring all that in. If he's awful against the Giants in the joint scrimmages next week, joint practices, then ask me again, Jetaholic, and I'm probably closer to a 7 or 8 at that point.
Yeah, literally 100%. I'm at a 4.5. I was stuck between a 4 and a 5, so I'll just go 4.5. I'm not completely worried yet. But like you said, if he plays this week against the Packers in any capacity and then doesn't look good against the Giants, then you start to get up into the 7 and 8 category, concern levels with him. But again, we're still 30-something days away from the very first week of the season, and that's what AG's focus seems to be right now. He doesn't care what it looks like this week or next week. He cares about week 1 against the Pittsburgh Steelers. So that's when I'll go full panic mode if it still looks bad against the Steelers, but it becomes more and more of a concern if the Giants have their way with him in practice next week.
Black Gypsy says, yep, 6 wins, just Fields right. You dog.
That is a hot take. Damn.
Well
Shout
done,
out
Black
to
Gypsy.
Ricky's pyrotechnic guy for setting that up in the studio. That's crazy.
Ricky is the first ever Jet content creator that will light himself on fire to try and get you to watch his show.
Hopefully there's not a lot of like loose papers laying around in that room and hey, maybe you can light your bowl with it, Ricky. I'm not sure. That seems a little dangerous.
Citybird checks in with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Citybird. Great job filling in for Michael K. Tell us anything else from that experience. Thanks. I wish I had like this crazy cool story for you, but just go in there, do the show from the studio. I always like going in. A lot of times when I'm on ESPN New York at night or the weekends, I do it from home because there's no one in the office. But it's cool to be there. Brand new studios. They moved down to Soho in January. The on-air team finally got to start using the new studios in March. So they're brand new. It's a very cool studio environment. And, I enjoy doing it. I'm on again tomorrow from 1 to 3. I believe Mike Tannenbaum, Jet fans, and Field Yates are both going to join me. I'm waiting to get a text back from Mike to confirm a time, but Field Yates will join me on the K Show tomorrow at 2:30. So if you got a fantasy football question for Field, let me know, and I'll ask it on your behalf, and we'll get his thoughts on both the Jets and the Giants tomorrow. But it's a lot of fun. I've had a ton of radio last couple of weeks. I got more coming up this month. So
the behind the scenes looked awesome. I know you just put out like just one little picture, but I'm like looking at all your screens and I'm like, yeah, you got a lot of work when you're just sitting there taking calls and talking. That's a big thing, man. So shout out to you.
Yeah, let me find the photo you're referencing. Bobby Midnight called back today, and he did not curse, so we didn't need to hit the dump button.
Hey, good for
which
him.
Yeah, that's solid. He did refer to Don Mattingly though as.
Oh no, not the story.
Are you ready for? He tried to tell the story. I wasn't going to let him do it. I didn't want to bore the audience to tears. He referred to Don Mattingly at first as Don Mengley, and I said, "Who? Who? Don Mengley," according to Bobby Midnight.
Come on, Bobby.
That's what he does. I'm trying to find that picture that you referenced, Dylan, because you're right. There is a lot going on.
Yeah, I mean, I got 3 screens set up right here, and I feel like, you had 3 screens, your laptop, a notebook, and all this, and then like you're actually dealing with callers. And I like that they give a little blurb about, if that's what I'm referencing properly, is like a little blurb about each caller and like what they have to say. So like you're not going in completely cold into the caller. So that's pretty cool.
Yep, I just put the picture up on the screen. So the screen on the right is the call screen, so I know who's on hold and who I'm going to. My personal computer's in the middle. That's where I have a bunch of notes and different things that I want to hit in each segment. And then the other screen on the left is all the audio. So if I say, here's Aaron Glenn talking about the Jets penalties from Saturday, I can click that and it will fire off and play. And then the glass right in front of me there is where the producers are, the board op and the actual producer, the guy who screens the calls and the guy who actually turns the mic on, plays the commercials and all that. So radio is a lot of fun, man. I think it's so funny for me, right? I've been doing YouTube now full time. This month marks 2 years since I left ESPN Houston. So I still consider myself a radio guy, but I have been full-time Jet YouTuber for 2 years and part-time radio guy for 2 years now, which is kind of crazy.
That is really crazy, dude. And I'm sure it goes without saying, I'm sure the ESPN crew has a lot more streamlined than StreamYard does, because you have tons of headaches on YouTube, but it seems like everything goes off without a hitch, other than Bobby's expletives on ESPN.
That's right. That is right. Now there is there are some issues, but I mean,
sure,
not nearly as bad as StreamYard. That is for sure.
You don't hear the Butter song playing over and over in your headphones when you click one button?
No, I do not. Oh, God, the worst.
Could you imagine if that did happen, though? Not to go off on a tangent, but like you're sitting in the ESPN studio, you click a soundbite, and all of a sudden, butter, just in your ears.
An absolute nightmare. Ladies and gentlemen, I posted Dylan's link to his YouTube channel again in the live chat. Dylan, do a refresh. How many are we currently away from you getting 600 subs?
Let's see. 595, so we're 5 away.
Come
go, on, guys.
We 5 of you out there, make Dylan's reality or his dream a reality. 600 subscribers during this stream. Let's go.
Yeah, we're still in the first 90-day period of my YouTube channel. If I click on the 90-day like analytics, it takes me pre my very first video. So I'm very happy that 600 of you are grateful for my takes and come and listen. Like, you guys are A1 since day one. Like I said, this community is amazing.
Hell yeah. All right, let's get to some of your calls right now. And first up today is a man who won a signed Sauce Gardner jersey on the show. Jets Worldwide, wide, a.k.a. our pal Snowball. Hello, Snowball.
What's going on, guys? How are you?
How are you?
Dylan, I have a question for Dylan. Does the Justin Fields performance hamper his MVP rating, in your opinion? I know a couple of days ago you were saying that he was going to be the MVP of the league, right?
No, I never said that. I know this jersey over here that Jake gave me when I won it in the raffle. It's been doing, its magic on me, and it's getting me to lean towards Fields, but I can't get that far, right? Maybe he's team MVP, but I would never say league MVP. But yes, this is definitely hurting all of Peter Castro's deepest fantasies about what Justin Fields is going to be this year.
He is the number one Justin Fields fan.
It's either him or JJ.
Yeah,
one of the two. The Ring of Honor JJ stuff is just nuts.
They can duke it out.
Oh shit!
I had to play that, Snowball.
I did receive the package.
All right.
So A1 package handling.
What the
I'm glad
heck
they take care of
happened?
our packages. Yeah, what the hell?
Did UPS destroy that thing? Good God.
UPS is they're taking special care of this. So I figured
Six Rings was the delivery guy.
I don't know who the delivery person was. It might have been an elephant. So I don't know, but we're gonna do an unboxing on camera. So here we go. We'll rip it open. It actually ripped halfway because it's crushed. So
I'm very nervous. There's going to be nothing in there now after seeing how the package is.
Nothing in here. Oh, hold on a second. Oh, here it is. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
Hey!
All right, we made it. One piece.
That's clean.
Very nice.
Love it.
Love it.
Now, do you have a
Thank you
frame
so-
for the jersey?
I will buy a frame. Now I wanted to ask your opinion on frames, right? So what do you like for jersey frames? Do you want just the number and the name and that's it, like in a square frame? Or do you like the entire jersey up with like the name underneath and a photo of the player and all that stuff? What do you?
I prefer that one, the photo and the nameplate. Like I think if it's like, so especially because you didn't have to technically pay for the jersey, right? So that saved you hundreds of bucks. I'd go balls to the wall with the frame and make it look as nice as possible. And especially now that you know Sauce is here long term, right? He signed an extension. You're not worried about in a couple of years you're spending all this money to put the frame together and then he's gone. So I think you go all out. You get the plaque, you get the pictures on the side, and you make it look as nice as possible.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think you have to go all out and get like a Sauce trading card or something like that and put it in the bottom. I thought about doing that with my Justin Fields one. And then I was looking up like autographed rookie cards of Justin Fields and they were still like $300. And I was like, okay, that doesn't make a lot of sense for potentially a 1-year rental. So I'm probably going to do the shadow box idea where it's just the name and the number. And then I'm going to put him and the Sauce Gardner jersey that I won up next to each other behind me here. So I'm going to go the shadow box route. But like he said, if it's a guy you know is going to be here long term and like you're going to invest in, that player, I would definitely try to get like a picture or like a signed football card of his and put it in there too. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, that's what I was leaning towards. It's nice that it took you only 90 days to get to 500 subs. We are on the on the road to 500.
Hey, here we go. Everybody's on the road. We're gonna get there, man.
That's
It's only been it's only been a year. So
hell yeah. Hey man, that's great. I think and as long as the Jets are doing better, we're gonna be doing better as content creators as well.
I think so. Thanks so much, Jake. That was really nice of you. The jersey is awesome. Thanks so much.
Snowball, you're the man. And I apologize for apparently a Patriots fan or a Bills fan handling the packaging there of that Sauce jersey.
That's rough.
Jet Set Full. 6 rings work for UPS now. Well done, Jet Set Full. Great super chat here from David. He joins the Wayne Corbett jersey raffle at the end of the show for 2. And by the way, before I read this, I should share that for those of you who missed the shows yesterday, we did do the weekly raffle. So if you don't win this Wayne Corbett jersey at the end of the show today, you're automatically entered for a chance to win a signed Aaron Glenn jersey, a signed Sauce Gardner jersey, just like the one Snowball just showed you all, and a signed Jermaine Johnson jersey. So we got 3 awesome weekly prizes that you have a chance to win if you don't win any of the daily prizes. David says, Dylan, around how many snaps per game on average do you think Breece Hall and one of the other Jets halfbacks will be on the field on the same play? Great show with BJF last night.
Appreciate it, David. This is a tough one, right? I don't know how much you're basically asking how much pony package, how much are Braylon and Breece or Breece and Isaiah or Braylon and Isaiah, how much are they going to be on the field? I'm intrigued. I think this is a hard answer just because if Breece is split out wide and Braylon's in the backfield, they're still going to consider it, 2 backs on the field. I unfortunately think it's still going to be a small percentage, maybe like 7 or 8% of the total plays this season. I just don't see it unless maybe, a guy like Reynolds or Lazard gets hurt and they really need to depend on Breece in the wide receiver position more. So it's tough to say how many snaps per game. I would say maybe 3, maybe 4 snaps per game they would try to do it. I don't think it's going to be a huge wrinkle in their offense consistently, I should say.
Hit the like button if you're just tuning in. My dad wants to know, where's the dream? That's right. We have not heard from the great Andrew C. in a long time. And by a long time, I don't think since Friday. But I do miss the dream. And I hope, Andrew C., if you're out there, you're drunk somewhere living your best life.
He's hitting that Sailor Jerry's hard. Well, hopefully not because it's a work week. But on that weekend, Andrew C.'s tipping that bottle.
death, taxes, and Andrew C. drinking. That's what they say. Big Cho just wrote in, Jake, can you call me tonight, please? I need some help with my show. Thanks. Well, Big Cho, I'm going to need you to call into this show, and I'll help you on the air. That seems like a fair trade, no?
Absolutely.
What do you think Big Cho needs my help with? How do you know I can help you, Big Cho? What if I don't have the answers?
You have all the answers when it comes to this stuff, Jake. I ask you so many stupid questions. I'm sure you can answer Cho's question.
I don't know. I mean, I could try and help Big Cho. Man.
This is the cost of being the boss, Jake. Everybody's going to come to you with their questions.
Yeah, but what do I get out of it? I'm not being paid.
You get to call into Cho's show.
We can't even find Big Cho's show. That's the problem. I don't even know where the show is.
What are you talking about? It's the Big Cho Show _FT.Shania on Instagram. It's like the easiest handle you've ever seen.
More of your calls right now. Let's say hello to Philly Noodles, who's next. Hello, Philly.
Yo, what's up? How you fellas doing today? What's going on?
Philly's been ducking me, man. I had that offense ready for you like a month ago. Your kid doesn't need it anymore, luckily. But
I wish I had it.
I want to pull it up real quick just so you can see the title of this thing. If Jake
I needed it, man. We got 2 wins from forfeits and 1 natural win, but it was a slaughterhouse.
2 wins from forfeits.
Yeah, the kids didn't show up on the other team, so they automatically gave me. I mean, I had the practice squad. Like the team showed up. You know what I mean? We showed up. Did we play great? No, but they showed up. You know what I mean? And so we got 2 wins just off of teams being short players.
This was the name of the offense.
How to keep Philly Noodles kid from playing soccer. Bro, I love it.
We don't need to go in depth on the plays, but they are very they would have helped you win. You probably would have had all 3 wins by forfeit if you had my offense here, Philly.
Bro, that's fire. I gotta see that. Bring it in to Tampa for sure.
Oh, absolutely. It's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, as you see, I still got the beard growing out. I'll cut it down so we match. You know what I mean?
Yeah, come on, man. We're not the Cuzzo look anymore.
We need Jake to get rid of the mustache and just goatee it. I don't think he'll ever do it though.
I'm not a goatee guy. Chin? I can't do the chin beard. I've never been a chin beard guy.
I've never been a mustache guy, so that's fine. We can,
Dylan,
if you rock Anthony, the whole thing, we'll do the separate parts.
I like it. You have the same facial hair, Dylan, as Anthony Pusick, who I work with at ESPN New York. Michael K refers to his like chin thing as just the Pusick. So now to me, it's the Tereman. It's the Tereman.
It's better than like the Billy Goat or whatever people call it when it gets
the goat. Yeah, the
long.
Chiba, the goat. Yeah. Oh, dude, it's always been called the goat. That's the Pusick. It kind of sounds putrid, but it's all good.
It's a little too close to pubic for me, but hey.
All right. So the reason why I called is I think today was really good in learning that Kyron Williams signed for what he signed for. It feels like Brees is affordable and attainable, even if he has a good season. I don't know how you guys talked about that yet, Jake or anybody. I feel like Brees now can be had for a reasonable offer. If you don't make Pro Bowl, which Kyron just did, and that's why he got his guarantee of $23 million for 3 years, bro. Come on. That's a joke. That's a
what was it? 3 for 33 with 23 guaranteed?
Yeah, that's a joke. You know what I mean? That's definitely doable.
I feel like Brees. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say I said on Twitter if Brees bounces back and has like the season we think he's gonna have 14, 15 plus 100 scrimmage yards, and he shows that he can stay healthy, maybe it's worth considering a 2-year deal with like a max of 26. I know 26 or 27 is a little high, maybe even like 24 or 25. Get him at 12.5 per AAV instead of tagging him, because then you're able to, manipulate the cap hits a little bit more. Whereas if you tag him, everything comes off the books all at once. So it's dependent on a lot of factors with Brees. But yeah, I think that's probably like where the market's kind of sitting for Brees is anywhere between $10 to $12.5 million per season.
And knowing that, Glenn's made his comments where he feels he has a Gibbs Montgomery role with the two of them. Allen might be stealing like he should have last year a lot of goal line touchdowns. You know what I mean? They only put him in certain packages, and did he show up a couple times only? Maybe, but it's like, dude, if you're gonna run stuff, you're gonna get run stuffed. Your line wasn't really doing it, so I mean, we look revamped with the run game, so I hope that continues to be the case.
Who else is gonna steal from Brees in the red zone is Justin Fields.
Yeah, that's true. 100%. Whatever we do to win, it doesn't even matter.
Oh, 100%.
Dylan, I had my fiance subscribe, so you probably like
Hey,
596.
shout out
so.
to Mrs. Philly Noodles. I appreciate her.
How many are we away, Dylan, from 600?
Let's go.
what do you got?
We can do another refresh. We got to be close now. If Philly Noodles, what? Bang, dog, 600. We hit it. We're at 6. We're at 6.
money.
I appreciate everybody.
Yeah,
I'm gonna personally say it was your wife's subscription that got us to the 600.
That's what did it.
So.
It broke the levy. We take
We're
it.
still on. We're still on the road to 1K, but I do appreciate your
Let's
wife.
go.
That's awesome.
Philly
All right,
Noodles.
Jake.
You
Bye.
get the fuck out.
Thank you, Philly. Well
Hell
done.
yeah.
600 for Dylan. How about that?
Let's go.
Let's see here. Big fella says goatee gang. Big fella. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Jet
Yeah, he
set.
rocks the goatee too. Yeah, that's funny.
He does rock the goatee. We love the big fella. Jet Set Fool. It says another week, another shot at me trying to win this raffle. What would make a successful first season for AG's regime in your guys' eyes? Jet Set Fool, you're in for 2. And look, I think a winning season, I don't care how Fields plays. They go 9-8, and you have a winning season for the first time in over a decade. That, to me, is successful. 8-9 would be successful. It'd be more games than you won in a decade. Look, 7-10, but you have real conviction on Fields. Okay, I'll listen to that. I don't know if it's like a win total number unless you're telling me it's like 8 or 9. I want to see a well-coached team. I want to see a team where the young players get better. I want to feel like at the end of the year, we're headed in the right direction. I have faith in the brain trust running the organization. I don't know exactly what that looks like. I need to see how it plays out. But that, to me, is a successful year 1 for Aaron Glenn.
Yeah, I'm not even going to talk about wins. I think it's more of, can we see the majority of players that the coaching staff has invested in and said that they have the ability to turn around? Can the majority of those guys return back to form? I even think about like the Andre Siscos and Brandon Stevens of the world. Can the coaching staff hit on 55 to 60% of the players that they need to coach up and get the best out of? Are we able to see that? And maybe it's not specifically with Justin Fields. He will hold the most weight out of all those guys, obviously, because if Fields does well, the team is probably going to do well. But not even talking wins and losses. It's more about the development of the players and also discovering what you actually have on this roster and not necessarily having conviction too much in one thing if it's not the best part for your future. Like if Fields goes out and he's so-so or a little bit below average and the team's success is good, I don't think that should stop you from entertaining quarterback, right? So just don't hit your wagon too quickly, but also hit on majority of the players that you've talked about this offseason being guys that you're going to get the most out of.
Big Cho says, Jake, I would rather talk with you off air. Please. Thanks. Man, Big Cho.
If he needs a ride, just tell him to hit up Nick Shine.
Yeah, is this about Nick Shine picking you up from the airport? We know Nick's going to bring the limo. We know that's happening. Anyway, more of your calls right now. Ladies and gentlemen, let's say hello to one of the greats who is on the line. I need all of you to stop what you're doing and make a prediction. Do you believe that this caller is calling from the great indoors, or do you believe he's calling from the great outdoors? Get your predictions ready. It's time.
What's up, gentlemen? How are you?
Outdoors.
I was
Ladies
doing
and
good
gentlemen.
until I lost today. God.
You know,
dang it.
I'm starting to regret the choice though, because there's a gigantic black fly out here that's targeting me for death. Apparently.
Oh no! Stay safe out there. The streets are
Yes.
rough.
So I think that we have to have some perspective about Justin Fields. We can't have nice things as Jet fans. We signed Neil O'Donnell. It didn't work out. We traded for Brett Favre. We traded for Rodgers. They both got hurt. We haven't been able to draft a guy since Pennington that was halfway decent, and even he got hurt and didn't really live up to his potential. The expectations have to be measured, right? When people start talking about Fields is going to take us to the promised land. He's going to be in the Ring of Honor. Ideally, but I think what I was saying the other day when I was putting up realistic goals for him, if he can be a passable pro quarterback, an improvement over Rodgers, bring the running element and not turn the ball over, and we can get a feel for him and how he can lead this team, then we can make a decision about what his role is for next year. I don't think that based on 2 weeks of training camp, it's time to cut bait on Justin Fields. I want to see what he looks like over the next 10 days and whether he takes any steps. We really don't have a choice, so it's kind of immaterial, right? Like, he's going to be here for this year. He's going to be the starter. In my mind, he should be the starter no matter what for this year. And then we can reevaluate his role at the end of next year for whether we want to either keep him on the roster, if he's going to be a backup, if he's going to be a placeholder starter at the beginning of next year, or if he's going to be the starter on the go forward. My hope, and I said this yesterday, I got assailed in the chat, that he could be Lamar light, right? And to me, that's not saying he's going to be Lamar. It means he's going to bring some Lamar elements to what he does. Mm-hmm. He's going to like help us move the ball, score more points than 20 points a game, and be in some football games. He's going to help us improve over what Rodgers had done in however many games he ended up playing for us. I think it was 20 or whatever, right? Not even that. It was less than that. 17. Was he healthy every game last year?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, I think realistic expectation for Fields, and just realizing that they're trying to do something a little bit different with this run game, right? They're trying to go +1 in the run game, maybe give him 2 reads, right? And just see if he can take care of the ball, tuck and run, throw the ball away, see if he can be a guy that can function within this system as a pro quarterback. And if he isn't, then he's a placeholder for whoever we're going to draft next May. That's the expectations.
Fair. Yeah, that's basically my expectations, is see how many healthy games you get out of Fields. I don't think, and we haven't said it once so far on this show, there is any sort of consideration of a competition between Fields and Tyrod Taylor. For better or worse, you have to go see what Fields is, because on the off chance that he could be your, high end or even mid-tier bridge quarterback for next year, you have to explore those options. And another thing that's, maybe it's not necessarily helping Fields, but it is kind of helping Fields. Tyrod Taylor is dealing with a knee injury when he's not even being able to be tackled in practice. So that's not helping Tyrod's case in terms of holding up and his availability in terms of health. So yeah, I agree. For better or worse, it's going to be Justin Fields. And I'm not going to start panicking until the bullets are live with him. But at the same time, he's not throwing interceptions every pass at practice, but it's becoming more and more consistently bad over the last 3 days. And I don't want to see that trend keep continuing when we have guys like the Giants coming in next week. And that's when you really got to be at your best against other teams. So I'm not fully panicked, but yeah, you have to, you got to put some stock into the bad practices, and then we have to at least react to it. Maybe not overreact to it, but we have to at least react to it. And I think Fields is the guy for 2025 and the beginning portions of 2026, if we're just being completely honest.
Yeah, I mean, it's not an ideal situation, right? But I'm more worried about, Cowart and Mason Taylor's injuries than I am about, if Fields having 2 or 3 bad practices. That's just where I am, where I'm sitting. I appreciate your time, guys, as ever.
Kyle, job well done as always. Now, when he brought up Lamar Jackson light, I thought of a different quarterback. I want Jalen Hurts light, and I'll tell you why. This is what Jalen Hurts did in 2021 with the Eagles. He was 23 years old. It was his first full year starting. He only started 4 games at the end of 2020, so we'll throw those out. This was year 2 for Jalen Hurts in the NFL. He was 8-7 as a starter with these numbers you see on the screen. Completion percentage, 61.3%. Passing yards, He had just over 3,144. I don't know if Fields will do that, but if he can come close to that with around, let's say, 16 passing touchdowns, keep the interceptions low, I think we'd sign for that if the rushing was as good as it was for Jalen Hurts that season, right? He had 784 rushing yards. He had 10 rushing touchdowns. Like, if you tell me that Justin Fields could put up similar numbers to what Jalen Hurts did in 2021, I'd sign for this right now. I think this, with good coaching and the Jet defense bouncing back, is good enough for the Jets to be around 8-9 wins, maybe a little better, and just be in the mix. Like, I don't think this is a crazy lofty goal for Fields. I think the comp for him is Jalen Hurts in 2021 for those who want specific Fields stats.
Yeah, 100%. And I think the areas that they struggle, like Jalen in 2021 and Fields now in 2025, are pretty similar, right? They stand back in the pocket a little too long. Their time to throw is, in the bottom part of the league. To your point, yeah, I think the completion percentage for Fields could be a little bit higher, maybe 63, 64%. For passing yards, I have him at 2,900. And then rushing, I have him at 700. So this is pretty bang on for 3,600 total yards for Fields. And then I had 26 to 28 total touchdowns. So if that's the split, 16 passing and 10 rushing, that's okay. I would kind of hope it's closer to 20 passing and a little bit less rushing. But again, you get inside the 10-yard line, dude. Braylon, Brees, Garrett, Mason, Fields, all these guys become weapons. And I understand that's a harder part of your offense to be able to execute because the field is obviously smaller. But I think there's enough weapons. If we are to get into those red zone situations, we will be coming away with touchdowns as opposed to settling for field goals.
If you're just tuning in, we're giving away a signed Wayne Corbett jersey at the end of the stream. So gift a membership for your chance to win that, or send in a $10 super chat. Not a ton of entries relative to the prize. So if you ever want a good chance to win a raffle, this might be your day, as we are giving away the signed Corbett jersey that you see on the screen and what you see me holding in my hand right here. We are presented today by my friends at Circa.
Circa Million and Circa Survivor are back with a massive $21 million in guaranteed prizes. Circa Million. Pick 5 games against the spread each week. 126 ways to win with $6 million guaranteed. Circa Survivor, 1 pick a week. No point spread. Last the longest to win it all. $15 million guaranteed. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere. $21 million guaranteed. Visit circasports.com for details.
Get ready for Circa's Ultimate Contest Weekend. I'm going to be out there doing the show on August 21st and August 22nd. There'll be a cocktail meet and greet for anyone who's attending. There'll be a Stadium Swim open bar. There's a bunch of football preview panels. It's going to be a great time. It's Vegas. It's Circa. It's the place to be. So check it out. All the info at circasports.com. Shout out to Circa for being a part of our show. If you're signing up for either of these two contests, get ready, man, because it is intense. $1,000 to enter either one, $21 million in prizes. It's a great weekend every year, and I can't wait to be at Circa in just a few weeks. Shout out to Circa for being a long-standing partner of the Jake Asman Show. Let's bring Dylan back on right now because it's time to say hello to a man who needs no introduction, but we have plenty to choose from anyway. Beast, you're on mute. You're on mute, Beast. We can't hear you, Beast.
I was watching Al Blade, one of my favorite lawn care guys. He's doing some good work on this house here. Damn.
Have you asked Big Fella if he even wants to be your running mate for New York governor? And also, how could you run for governor of New York if you don't live in New York?
I take governor. He takes full speed ahead. I mean, building and taking charge of the guardian angel. You heard of the guardian angels? You've never heard of the guardian angels, have you?
Can't say.
Yep, that's right.
At least your audio quality is kind of tough.
Great, Curtis Sewa, next mayor for New York City, baby. Put that in the bank. And everybody, New York media.
Beast, turn your lights on. It's so dark in there.
New York media, leave our boys alone. It's bad enough we get publicity press from you morons, because all you do is yeah. Shut up! I remember how bad it was when the 1961 Yankees were. If you remember clearly, Ralph Hawk told one of the guys, like, hey, would you give the guy a goddamn break? You guys are all.
Let Beast keep rambling here. I'll talk about whatever he's saying. What do the 1961 Yankees have anything to do with the 2025 Jets, Dylan?
I truly have no idea, and I don't know if there's many people in the chat that could even tell us about the 1961 Yankees. Like,
you guys haven't watched. You guys have basically not watched 61, have you?
Oh, I have. It's a great movie.
Well,
that's 34 years before we were born, Beast.
It actually feels like it. Watch the movie again. See,
now, Beast, let me ask you something. If you run for New York governor, you have to move to New York. So when are you moving to New York?
Hey, when that time comes and they need the master, I know how to turn up the gas.
Yeah, but no one knows you in New York, Beast. So you have to move back to New York and then start campaigning.
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time for what?
It's been a long time for me. It's been years. See, you got to remember, you can't do a lot like you used to. See, it takes time.
Now, what does this have to do with running for governor, Dylan? That's the question.
We're trying to make 1 and 1 equal 2 with the Beast conversation here, Jake. It's an uphill battle.
You basically added the nice biggest one. What's 13 multiplied by 13? Nobody knows that one.
Dude, I don't know. 160 something?
Now, Beast, this was sent to me by a listener. Is this your sister or your daughter?
Didn't I show you it like months ago? Jesus, mother of God.
Is this not your daughter?
No! This is my daughter right here, you
Whoa.
You think I'm clumsy? You think you're gonna take shots at me now?
I didn't take any shots at you. I asked if I showed a photo and asked if that was your daughter. How is that a shot at you?
Player. I would take a
player.
suggestion.
I'm not a player.
Hey, you might think you're the pimp, but I'm the real.
I don't think
pimp.
I'm the pimp at all, actually.
Hey, just remember, pimping ain't easy, Jack. It ain't easy.
Hey, Beast, do you consider yourself a businessman?
In the words of Mickey Mantle, no shit. Damn it. I got to get a real drink.
Is this you
actually say that?
I don't think that's not my kind.
Is this you speaking to Congress, by the way? Is this real?
The hairstyle's wrong.
So this is not you.
Wrong.
Okay.
The hairstyle's wrong. Go back and refix it.
I love the little Joey pocket square, though. That's great.
I'm only going to say this once. Let our boys be. New York media, get off our backs. Leave us alone. Let us be. And stop acting like the world revolves around you. You be you and be yourselves. Damn you.
How was practice today, by the way, Beast? What did you see stand out?
It's going to be fine. Everybody. Here's what I'm going to say right now. New York media needs to get off our back. The New York Post, they're doing fine. The New York Times need to get off our sacks and leave us alone. The USA Today needs to leave us alone.
The USA Today.
They need to leave us alone, too. All the other newspapers New York has, leave us alone and let us do our jobs.
Hey, Beast.
For the love of God.
What'd you do with this outfit that you wore today at camp?
Are you seriously blind?
No, I have eyes.
Do I have to sound like Apollo Creed and go, what do you think this is looking like a circus to you, man?
You can tell this picture's fake because the offense wears green at practice.
No shit. We figured that out.
Oh, that's why it's fake.
It didn't take a blind man to figure that out. Just because I'm figuring this already out. It's not rocket science, people. It's simple shit. And get bags of ice. If our players are getting goddamn banged up, go get the $60 tub and go get the $25 bag of ice.
That's all we need. Why these trainers and you can have ice baths?
That's simple shit.
Simple. Was this you in the supermarket earlier,
No,
Beast?
I don't wear that crappy crap. Let me
Curtis Martin's jersey is crappy crap?
Yeah, Curtis is a Jet legend. He's a Hall of Famer.
Oh, is he pulling the zucchini?
What is that?
These bad boys right here. These are my bad boys. These are my Adidas's. I
Oh,
wear
he's on
these
about the
old.
shoes that.
Do you have sandals?
Hell no.
No.
What do you think? What do you think I'm smoking dope? What are you crazy? I'm a sexy man. I wear dress shoes. I wear those kind of shoes, and I got Vans. And I'm also an old school Converse guy.
You're a sexy man, are you?
Converse or skinny shoes, Beast?
Someone just got Beast Bingo in the chat, Beast. What do you think about that?
So what? Does anybody want a cookie, a cigarette, a thing of ganja? What? Make up your mind.
I'll take all three.
100%.
Well, if you're up for ganja, you better be ready for it. So don't hate the game, hate the player.
Bingo.
Yeah, whatever.
Bimbo boomy, bimbo bimbo boomo ba, bimbo ba, bimbo ba, bimbo boomy, bimbo bimbo boomo ba.
I just had to make sure we all got bingo, so I let them on a little while longer there.
I feel like it's becoming easier and easier for Beast to achieve bingo in the chat.
Chad with a super chat. Like and subscribe to the Jake Asman Show. Amen, Chad. Hit the subscribe button if you're a Jet fan or you believe in achievement. Like Dave Briga does. Like Dylan Tereman does. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Awesome Joe Mama says, what the hell is the thumb from Spy Kids yapping about? Beast, are you the thumb from Spy Kids?
Oh, shit.
I don't know that. I don't even watch that movie. What are you, nuts
Mr.
or something?
Floop's thumb guys? That's pretty accurate.
Do you want to watch a real movie? Watch the movie Body Slam with Roddy Piper and Dirk Benedict in it from the
Hey,
80s.
Beast, can you give us a body slam onto your mattress?
You know what I just did to this damn thing today?
What? It finally broke?
I just washed these bed sheets today.
Wow. When was the last time you washed your bed sheets? Spring of 94?
Are you seriously gonna sit there and kick me in the nuts like that, homeboy?
I'm just asking. I don't know. I didn't kick you anyway.
Player, back of the train. 1 minute, player. Let me have the floor right here.
I think we covered a lot of ground there.
I get more lost every time with Beast.
Big fella says, I will be Beast running mate, and when he wins, he'll be impeached within the first couple of months. That gives us Governor Big Fella. Big W. Ladies and gentlemen, Big Fella is officially on board to campaign with Beast.
Big Fella is galaxy braining the political world. We love to see it.
Henny says, are people expecting Lamar Jackson at quarterback? I don't know what Jet fans are expecting from Fields. It's all over the place right now.
Yeah, I kind of gave my stat line prediction. If you want to compare it to a quarterback, I think you were correct more so with Jalen Hurts than Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson, I mean, he just rips off those big runs, and I know Fields can do it here and there, but Lamar is a threat to do it almost every single play, and he can run around in the backfield and keep plays alive at a better clip than I think Fields can. So, yeah, I think Hurts is more of an accurate comparison, but, yeah, I mean, we're kind of living and dying every day with Fields so far through August.
Living and dying with Justin Fields. What a world we live in.
Scary place.
Never thought I'd be saying that after the Jets used the second overall pick on Zach Wilson in the same draft class as Justin
Instead
Fields.
of Justin Fields, right? The guy that, I mean, I wanted him in 2021, and I'll be honest, I wanted him a little less this year, obviously knowing what we know about him in the NFL, but you got to just have hope at this point, right?
Spencer Green joins the Asmaniac raffle for 2. He says, for the love of God Almighty, tell Beast to either plug the mic in or donate it to someone that will actually use it. Well, Beast comes from the school of Buffalo Jet fans, so he wants to have a mic that rotates colors, and he pays homage to BJF every time he calls into the Jake Asman Show. Right, Dylan?
All 64 crayons of the Crayola box.
All right, more of your calls right now. Load up your calls if you want in. I got a signed Corbett jersey. I'll raffle away to someone at the end of the show. Up next on the Gusbuster Umbrella Hotline is a man who will likely offend you at some point during his call.
He's pointing. Garrett Box pointing at you. Garrett Box pointing at you. Garrett Box. I'm pointing. I'm pointing. I'm pointing. I'm pointing. Garrett Psych point.
Couple of things. I have a Curtis Martin jersey. It's my go-to jersey to this day. It's got the Hall of Fame patch on it. And Beast called a Curtis Martin jersey crappy crap. I believe that was the correct vernacular he used. Crappy crap. That's what he called the Curtis Martin jersey. It's the greatest jet of all time. Dylan,
you're on mute.
Yeah, I think he was referring to the flip-flops, but yeah, I think
okay.
Still, like the first thing anybody would notice other than just the sheer size of Beast is the Curtis Martin jersey. So like I didn't even think about the flip-flop aspect of it until he brought over and showed us his stinky Adidas shoes. So yeah, I don't know why you would call anything Curtis Martin related crappy crap.
The Curtis Martin jersey and the Cromartie jersey are my go-tos. Those never age. Those
what
are
about the
always
Xavier
good.
Gibson jersey, Gary?
That didn't age well. Didn't age well. Yeah, and neither did the Allen jersey. Those haven't aged. Are either of those guys are going to be on the team this year, Dylan?
Wait, Allen? What? Wait, who are you?
Allen.
Did I say Allen? Tony Adams. Did I say Allen?
You and Connor Long have Tony Adams jerseys.
Did I say yeah? No.
Connor Long has a Tony Adams
guys?
jersey?
Yeah, what the hell is wrong with
yeah.
you guys? I think you could turn the 82 into a Smith jersey because I'm pretty sure that's what Gibson's number used to be.
Oh, that's right.
I
He
don't
doesn't
know.
have that number anymore. He's back to what is he? It's in singles. It's like 6 or 8.
He's
What number is it?
3. He's number 3.
Could you imagine buying an Xavier Gibson jersey and he has the audacity to change his number? You're one of probably
Seriously.
7 people that's not related to him to actually have an Xavier Gibson jersey, and he changes his number. That's crazy.
Well,
the buyout at least wasn't much for him because that's what they have to do now. They have to buy out all the jerseys in production of the old number in order to switch. So
yep.
Luckily, he only had to buy one from Gary.
I did get him from Parts Unknown, so they're only $30. So
there you go.
Yeah, 30.
I'm surprised you didn't say you like had to customize it on NFL Shop and like manually put in 22 and Adams.
Yeah,
and, like,
I'm not paying $200 for a Xavier Gibson jersey. That's for sure. Yeah. It's just I got this Marbury jersey when I graduated high school in 2001. Right, same jersey. It was like $300 in 2001. 1 week later, exactly 1 week after I got it, he was traded for Jason Kidd.
Oh,
and I saw it again years later at the store in Philadelphia. And I'm like, how much is it? They're like $475. I'm like, I gotta buy it. I had it when I was 18, 17. I have it now. So I've spent $775 on 2 Stephon Marbury jerseys, 25 years apart.
It's pretty nuts.
But I did so a couple of things. The training camp. All right, guys, practice, chill. All right, there's a month until the season starts. I'm not worried about how the offense looks right now. Like I've been part of camps where it's horrible, right? Because we're working on something new. We're working on something we haven't done before, right? So this is a new offense to most of the guys. It's a new head coach. It's a new offense. Everything is new. I'm not overly concerned about the results this early on. If it's a week before,
hey, real quick, Chicken Jenkins says Dave Brigger owns you in your dementia, Gary.
Okay, so I'm not really like that concerned on how it looks now because it's still like training wheels. Like we got a month till the season starts. I'm not that worried about it. So just chill a little bit.
So you're not concerned at all? We can't have any level of concern?
Well, I'm not there every day, so I can't tell you. Is it that we look bad because it's something we've never done before? Or
I mean, when Robbie Sabo texted me, it was horrendous today. That is to me, that's not nothing because Robbie was defending Fields' performance yesterday when they were going nuts about his poor passing day, and Robbie said there's a lot more nuance and context to what happened. He was not nearly as bad as what the stats show.
Look, I'm not there to watch. I've been part of camps where I've been there every day, and it's like this is terrible, but it progressively gets better, and that's why you give yourself a long camp to get better. And I know the NFL preseason and everything isn't as much practice and everything as it used to be, which drives me insane. And I think that's the reason for the kind of drop in play we've seen in the NFL over the last 5 years or so. But there's still a month till the season starts. You got a month to get this right. Like even the preseason games, they don't really matter, right? Like I've had so many trainers and stuff say, "Hey, come see my fighter spar." I don't really want to see him spar. Like it's not really relevant to me. I want to see what he looks like under the lights when it's go time. I don't really care if he's a gym warrior and he spars 12 rounds, 5 different fighters in schools and more. I don't really care. It's irrelevant to me, right? I'd rather be with him in his work ethic and see how he works out every day than see him spar somebody who I don't even know the shape of that guy. Was that guy sleeping on the couch for the last 6 weeks? Is he fresh off the couch? Like, it doesn't matter, right? Like,
hey,
go ahead.
What do you think of Beast cleaning his sheets, Gary?
I think you should clean your sheets. I mean, how often do you really clean your as a single guy? How often do
Once a week.
Do you really?
Once
that's
a
good.
week.
All right, that's good. My wife cleans them at least once a week. When I was single,
I was gonna say it was a habit
Yeah.
taught to me by my ex-wife, but
okay.
you get into bed that
Ex-wife,
second week.
Dylan, aren't you like 20 years old?
Yeah, man. I still have to graduate high school yet. But yeah, no, it wasn't always once a week. It was like once every other week. But yeah, man. I mean, we're too old. We sweat in our sleep. Like yeah. I go to sleep clean. Like I shower, so I'm not getting into bed dirty. But after a week, I still feel like your sheets, your blankets are dirty. Especially down here, it's hot all the time. So I'm once a week. Beast is like once a month, I would predict.
I feel like that's even not that bad. Like when I was in college, I would wash my sheets once a month. Like for real.
If you're in college as an irresponsible drunk, like Beast is a beast. How often?
I wash my sheets every month, and they are fresh with Arm & Hammer.
There
it is. Dylan yelled that.
Every Monday. All right. He said every Monday, didn't he?
No, every month.
Oh, month. I thought you said Monday. I thought you were right once a week. No,
because today's Tuesday. And
I feel like that's not. I mean, look. I don't wash my sheets at all because my wife does. But I feel like once a month's not like uncleanly. I feel like that's.
Have you seen Beast with his shirt off? Imagine that in bed.
Oh, that's it. That's it. Yeah, that's probably
for 8 hours.
Sweat. Yeah.
I can get used to that. That's fine for me.
You're used to it.
Hey, it's because I'm Ric Flair. Just remember that.
No, you're
I'm
Beast
Ric
Breaker.
Flair.
How about having an original line for yourself?
And I wanted to address. God. I see we're straying off the path here. All right, I'll play along.
I just wanted to read this super chat from Kyle Clifton. Beast sheets likely had so much genetic material on them, they have their own distinct personality. Beast, is this true?
You think I look like you think I'm some kind of a freak show? You think I'm a freak?
I didn't say that. I just read a question.
I'm not a freak, goddammit. I'm a man's man. And you can bet your ass this coming year, I will win Man of the Year. And you can bet every dollar that I get, I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way. Breaking balls, breaking sweats, and breaking more heads off.
What is this Man of the Year award you're talking about?
Going after it.
Where's the Man of the Year award? Who gives it out?
Oh, it's coming up. It's coming up.
Who,
Don't
though?
worry. I've done it 3 times already.
You've been a 3-time Man of the Year award?
I've done that. I've already done that 3 times. Why?
Just like overall best man of the year, like just the best man on the face of the earth, or is it?
One, I put my body to the test. I put blood on the line, sweat, tears, and agony, and even blood, even guns of sweat. You try doing that every day. You try doing what I've done: baseball, basketball, football, everything else.
Field hockey.
Yeah, that's an ass whooping.
Mini golf.
That's an ass whooping sport. You want to get your ass kicked? I'll tell you. Get in the cage with me and you can play some field hockey and I'll knock your teeth right out. And you won't
3-time man. Who gave you the Man of the Year award though? I'm confused.
Several.
Who awards this?
Several.
Who was up for the award?
You basically did not read the profile very clearly nor correctly. I've done my time in battle. My ribs.
Well, maybe you're telling the truth, Beast.
It
says below your name, 3-time Man of the Year.
Yeah. It's already in my description. And let's look at
the accolades. Just keep coming for Beast.
Hey, the stars keep rising. It's just you didn't see it coming. And DDP once said, if you didn't see it coming, you know you're gonna see it coming.
Hey, Beast. Amanda wrote in that she heard that Beast's mom hosts the Best Man of the Year contest annually. Is your mom the host of this?
Are you serious, ma'am? Whoever you are, you need to back off and take a step back. Take a step back.
Well, she's just saying what she heard, so it's not true.
Yeah, well, that basically that's all BS.
Okay, Amanda, it's all BS. How dare you? Continue, Beast.
Thank you very much. Now enjoy the day. Go outside. maybe go to the burrito trucks. They got plenty of those around in your neck of the woods. I don't go to them a lot like I used to. Because nowadays burrito trucks. Do you know how much burritos are? $10. Back in the day when I was growing up, they used to be $5. Not anymore.
Right. Awesome Joe Mama says, I heard Beast can't touch his toes and smells bad. Beast, can you touch your toes?
Asshole. In the words of the great Terry Funk, he's an asshole.
Beast, touch your toes. Prove Joe Mama wrong.
You want me to prove him wrong?
Yeah, touch your toes.
Woo!
I don't think I proved anything. Touch your toes.
Woo! You want to see touch toes? I got 2 words for you.
Look at the hole in his shirt.
Beast, what's up with the hole in your shirt?
You see what I'm doing, man? I feel like I'm in war. Going,
You're gonna pop a party favor in our face?
You guys think this is funny? Like this is the state of the American male in this country. Like he's 40 years old. He's a young man. Like this is not funny. Like think about it, right?
You know the song. I am the great American
house,
nightmare.
he
I am the
protect his
American
kids
dream.
and wife and mother. No, he couldn't. He would need someone to protect him. This is not funny, guys. You guys laugh at this, and I get it. If you don't laugh, you'd cry. But like you don't see this in other countries. Look at him. Like this is not okay. This is why we need to make America healthy again.
Gary, Gary, you're from Texas, aren't you?
Yeah.
Well, there's another guy that came from Texas by the name of the great Dusty Rhodes. And you know what I'm talking about? We gonna get fucking
I thought
like
it was a Stone Cold or Shawn Michaels.
No, Dusty Rhodes is my guy.
All right.
You know who the great Dusty Rhodes was? Sure, he was a fat guy, but you know what he did? You know what he did? He did plumbing. He did pizza. He did gas. He served gas. He even called himself the American Dream. And that's why I'm the next Dusty Rhodes.
Yes, I believe that the government wants the average American male to be a lot like you. I believe that. Yeah. You can't leave your basement, bro. You're 40. You're a young man. Like that. There's no reason for this, bro.
I'm too tough. I'm just a man who's got more balls.
Yeah. Clearly.
Gary, if you were in my league, I don't know if you would survive World War III against me. I don't know if you could survive.
What are you gonna do though, Beast? Like I'm not even trying to insult you. I'm being serious.
I'm gonna do what
you can't leave the basement. You can't leave the attic. If someone broke into your house and your mother and your daughter were there, what would you do about it?
Stand the corn for a minute, 1 minute, potato head. Let me run it down for you. By an example.
41.
Let me run it down for you. I know how to do things my own way. It's called budgeting.
I can see the net result.
I know how to do that.
The results.
I'm not some dumbass who's on the street. I do my own things my own way. I walk tall and I look tough, but I'm not gonna play pity. Just don't feed me the bullshit. Just be yourself. It's not like some girls gotta go, and put it up in the middle. No, I don't want to get it dirty.
But Craig, I'm being serious. How much of this do you see in Australia or any other? I've been to a lot of countries. I've never seen a 40-year-old man, 150 pounds overweight, can't leave the attic, can't put a coherent sentence together, can't follow a question. I've never seen this anywhere else. I've never seen it.
Buddy boy,
it's uniquely an American issue.
Back it up 1 minute, buddy boy. I've done more than you can never imagine. So if I were you, I'd back off 1 minute. I do more with my one finger than what you can't do on a pedestal. That's why I am way too tough to you. You're 155 pounds and nothing. Oh, my cell phone's going. Oh, cacao. Hello. Hell, hey, he says he knows you. You're nothing. 5 foot nothing. Yo, what are you, the hamburger? Go down to the nearest cheesecake factory. Give me a cheeseburger with bacon.
I'm not even trying to tear him down. I was just like, this is, you guys laugh at him. I actually want him to better his life and get himself out. Prove your claim that people walked on the moon.
Men don't die for no reason at all.
How does men don't die for no reason prove that people walked on the moon? Your evidence is that you were alive when someone claimed to have walked on the moon.
I was living then, yes.
What does that prove?
I believe in achievement. I believe in a space program.
You believe in achievement. Therefore, people walked on the moon. That's your argument?
I believe people didn't lie to us like you.
I believe in achievement. Therefore, people walked on the moon?
What a moment in time. Beast and Gary back in a rumble. The season is upon us, DT.
Somebody said in the chat they need their own show. I absolutely agree. And you know what? I'll agree with Gary to an extent. I do think that Beast is the model that the United States government would prefer us all to look like. However, I think Beast is an outlier in a lot of 40-year-olds physiques, right? I feel like for every Beast out there, there's like a 40-year-old man who still goes to the gym every day and works out and eats right. So I hope Beast is just an outlier in that, but I do think there's something to Gary saying that's what the government wants us to look like.
A couple super chats and memberships. First things first, Pork in the Morning, you get the memberships at 551. Then Beast called in with Gary, so we got away from it. But I got you down for 5 in our raffle at the end of the show. Awesome, Joe.
We got an update from him? Sorry about that.
No, but I think we will get one soon, so I'm excited about that.
Hell yeah.
Dixon says, Gary, your dishwasher can do laundry, ? Awesome, Joe Mama says, he say man eater of the year. Maybe that's what Beast was saying. I don't know. For a guy who's won the Man of the Year award 3 times, for him to not tell us where the award is being distributed from, like who's actually giving it out, it was interesting.
It's a one-man race, clearly.
Yeah. Spencer Green says, Beast plug the damn mic in. He never will, Spencer, but you can keep trying. Nick Shine says, Beast remains a schizophrenic MP3 player. Is that a new logo, Nick Shine? Very nice.
Yes, slightly updated. It's very cool.
Joe Mama says, the talking thumb still hasn't touched his toes. That is true. He didn't ever touch his toes. That's how that all started.
It's going to be like just like the scale. We'll never see it happen.
Never. Uno Jets is in the raffle for 2. Jake's still waiting for my jersey. Let's go, Jets. Uno, it was ordered, my friend. It takes about 2 to 3 weeks, so stand by. You got a chance to win a Corbett jersey, though. So good luck to Uno Jets. With that said, let's get back to your calls. You wanted an update on Pork in the Morning. Well, Pork is on the line, so that's where we're going next. Ladies and gentlemen, Pork in the Morning. Pork, you need to update us on everything going on in your life. What is the deal with the ex-wife? Are you guys back together? Break down the latest for all of us.
Yeah, we're back together. We're still living apart. I went and I applied to get into a new apartment just yesterday. So, you know, my background check came good, perfect, whatever it is. So I'm just waiting on them, you know, to get the keys or whatever to move into the joint. I have to travel next week to South Carolina for work. So I probably won't be moving until later on, you know, into the end of the month. I was just in Chicago for a couple weeks working 181 Madison downtown. It was a nightmare getting to and from work most days. But I got to hit up a Phillies and White Sox game, so that was pretty cool.
I love it, Pork. So you had that conversation with your ex, and it obviously went well if you guys are still together now weeks later since the last time you called. But what was it like? Break it down for us.
I mean, today it was okay. I mean, we just hashed out plans what we're going to do, like the moving part. It's just, you know, we have to take it slow and whatnot. You know, she's going to live with her daughter at first. It's still going to be in Memphis here. And then, you know, a couple months down the line, we'll be living together. We have to do the counseling and all that other stuff too. So that's going to be the rough stuff, I guess. I mean, but we're moving in the right direction. So, I mean, I'm excited. I'm not excited about Justin Fields really today.
The master of the transition. Yes, the segue. He's still got it. Let's go.
I'm not too happy with his performances the last few days, especially what I've heard. It's very concerning to me, especially with Tyrod Taylor being hurt. I mean, I don't think Adrian Martinez is the guy we want, you know, piloting the ship going into the season. You know, it just sounds like disaster. But it sounds like we're going to be a really run-heavy team. So
even if Fields was lighting it up, Pork, they still would be run heavy. I want to see him get better, and I want to see him play well against the Giants next week in the joint practices, and he might even play in that game. We'll see. But yeah, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say it's you know, panic time, but I think there's a healthy level of concern that's fair. You want this guy to be able to take the steps forward, and some of it I don't even blame Fields for all of it. I don't think they've given him enough weapons going into the year, so that's my big thing. But we'll see.
Yeah, I think with Fields and honestly, even your relationship, you have to take it all day by day with open lines of communication. And hopefully you see the results, right? You don't want to rush into anything, rush into any, conclusions about anything, your relationship or Justin Fields 2025 season output, right? So there's a lot of parallels to draw
Yeah.
here. I think we need to, cooler heads will prevail just like in your relationship. But yeah, it's not great when you hear all these things and we're not here to see it ourselves, right? If Jake and I were at practice and we could see Justin Fields day in and day out, maybe we'd have more nuance to bring and say, hey, it's not as bad, or, it is as bad as it is. So I'm waiting for the next 10 days. Like we said, the Giants practice and the Packers game this upcoming weekend, and then we can hit the panic button. So like, we got to go on a couple dates with Justin Fields first before we're moving into apartments together.
Yeah, you're definitely right. I mean, and the media is the media with the Jets too. I mean, a lot of people blow things up about us, even though it could be the smallest thing, like when he hurt his toe. What we had is like he broke his leg and the season was over immediately.
Yeah.
So
that's the equivalent of you and your wife or girlfriend having a bit of a spat, and then you go tell your guy friend, and he's like, "Bro, see, I told you gotta leave her, man." Like, there's people out there with Justin Fields where as soon as one little piece of friction happens, they're ready to just throw him away. So it's a building block process, as all relationships are, and I think we just gotta, pump the brakes, take it day by day.
Sure. I mean, I'm still excited about the season. I know our defense is going to play well.
Are you more excited about Fields or the relationship?
I mean, I don't know. My life's going pretty well right now. So, I got a decent job. I'm moving into a new apartment. Everything's, going well for me. So I'm more excited, about, me going forward. It looks, because I can determine that outcome more than, I could determine what Justin Fields is going to do. So, but we have to stand behind him. I mean, he could just be having a bad day. I mean,
Ryan writes in that he porks at night. He's too busy in the morning. Your thoughts?
Hey, everybody's got their own time to pork. It's
I had some pork on Sunday. Just so you know, pork in the morning. A nice little bacon, egg, and cheese when I got off the radio.
All right. Well,
I had pork yesterday for lunch.
Right. I mean, but everybody eats pork. I mean, it's the only white meat. It's what it should be. I mean, pork is a very versatile thing that you can make. I mean, who can live without bacon? Right.
Wow. Well said. Ladies and gentlemen, he's back. Pork in the morning. Pork, you call back anytime. We need the updates on you getting back with your ex-wife. All right.
All right, guys. Jet up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Pork in the morning. Wow. We were waiting for that update, and Pork still has the best segues I've ever seen on the show. Him and Gorman right up there with the best segues.
Seamless transition. I mean, it's incredible work by Pork in the morning here, and best of luck with everything. Obviously, I was slightly joking, but also being serious. Take a day at a time. Go on dates. Be open. Communicate what you want out of this relationship. Listen to what she wants out of the relationship. Obviously, there's going to be compromise, but I think it'll work out for the best for Pork.
Wow, I can't believe what was just sent to me by a listener who apparently could back up Beast's claims of being the man of the year. Ladies and gentlemen, this was just sent to me. This was the cover of Time magazine this week. The person of the year was none other than Beastbreaker 666. Beast, congratulations, man. I stand corrected.
Whoa. Let me tell you. First of all, time out. 2001, I was already man of the year because, let's see, I broke Roger Maris's 1960 record at age 17. 2006, did it again.
Hold on. You hit 61 home runs in Major League Baseball in 2001?
40. I hit 40 that year.
In Major League Baseball, you hit 40 home runs.
It was high school baseball. I made more history than anybody else did with a wooden bat. And
so what does Roger Maris have to do with you hitting 40 home runs in high school?
I followed Roger Maris. I followed Mantle. I also watched Joe D, Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig.
You weren't born for any of these people when they were playing.
I watched it all. I learned from all these guys.
You never met them. You never met Babe Ruth.
I didn't meet him. I just watched and I learned.
What did you watch?
Time is
YouTube
right.
videos of them?
YouTube wasn't even up yet. I had videotape of it back in the day.
Let's focus more on the cover of Time magazine piece. When was this photo shoot? This looks like my show.
Whoa, Chico, Casiana. Okay, back it up 1 minute. You're talking to the bad guy now, and I'm talking to the bad guy.
I'm talking to a 3-time man of the year.
Yeah,
it says ass time.
Next, Ramon, and Chico. Let me tell you something, Casiana. You think you got the bad guy figured out, man? I don't think you do, Chico. But the next thing you'll be seeing.
Hey, let me bring Gary on real quick. Gary, can you apologize to Beast? Because obviously there's now proof that he is at least a 1-time man of the year.
I asked the question. I just said, what kind of man of the year? Oh, so it was Time Magazine Person of the Year.
No, Ass Time Magazine. Ass Time Magazine.
Oh, Ass Time. I see. Oh. All right, that's what I was asking. I didn't suggest that he wasn't. I was just wondering, like, who voted him this or, what have you. It's that's quite.
I think his mom is the lone voter. So
either way, he still won.
That's right.
It's kind of like boxing when somebody says he's a world champion. It's like, well, what belt do you have? Right? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, well, I guess technically, that's correct, but like, who's recognizing you as this kind of thing?
Right.
I'm with Gary. What kind of man of the year?
What a show. All right, more calls here. JT's been waiting the longest. He's next. Hello, JT.
Yo, what's up, guys? How we doing?
JT, I give you a lot of credit for wearing a Yankee shirt after how shit they have been.
I just picked a random shirt out. I work from home, so I just pick a random shirt out of the bottom of the pile and throw it on. You know what I mean? DT, shout out to you. Love your content, brother. You also
appreciate it, man. I've seen you in the comments. I love chopping it up with you, man. Appreciate it.
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. And I like the comedic aspect you've provided to the show as well. Like, so subtle yet just hilarious. And like,
oh yeah, I channel my inner BJF on those.
Yeah. I know this show has gone completely off the rails, and what a show it's been. But let's go a little back on. I think we need to relax a little with Justin Fields, more or less, just everybody freaking out. Because, like, have you guys seen the movie, the show Quarterback, the second season?
No, I'm gonna start watching it this week, though.
Okay, but you see, I don't want to spoil anything, but it's tough going through a new system. So, like, I think some of these bad practices might just be them kind of maybe installing something more difficult. You know what I mean? Like, just something along those lines. I don't know. I think it's installment. Let's see what it looks like when the season starts. Let's stop panic a little too early. The beginning of our schedule is a little tough. Let's get it. JETS, Jets.
JT, love it.
Absolutely.
Let's
yeah,
hope
plenty
the
of new
positive
things.
vibes work.
New coach, new OC, new quarterback, like a lot of new. So yes, the install portion is probably going to take more time than, second year Aaron Rodgers with his buddy Nate Hackett, of course. So yeah, we're not, and I don't even think we're being, panicked on the podcast. I've seen takes that are way more panicked than what we've brought to the table. So maybe he's not specifically telling us to relax, more so just in general, the fan base. But yeah, I mean, it's August, 5th today. So we're still 32 days out from the regular season opener. And that's just 32 days for Justin Fields to get better at his craft. And I think that he can, and hopefully the results in September don't look like what they look like now.
Derek is up next. Then a special guest is called in. So you guys are going to want to stick around for that. What's up, Derek?
Hey, what's up, guys?
How are you?
Pleasure to be here.
What jersey is
DT,
that you're rocking?
Congrats on the 600.
Thank you.
A couple thoughts. I kind of want to piggyback off what JT was saying. I completely concur about
Derek, do me a favor and call back because your line was choppy there. I know you were on hold for a bit, so I'll make sure we go to you quick when you call back in. I see there was a comment from J Quest. No more Andrew on the show. Andrew got, for those who missed the announcement of the summer when Andrew came on, he got a full-time coaching job at Don Bosco in New Jersey, which is like a preeminent high school football power in New Jersey. Dylan's from Jersey. He could talk more about that. But that's why Andrew is no longer a weekly guest on the show, and we won't have film breakdowns from him because he got a real coaching job. So we're happy for Andrew, and he said he'll join us at some point when he gets some time, but obviously just started their their preseason and all that. So we're wishing Andrew the best.
And Jake had to replace one high school recent graduate with another in myself. So happy to take Andrew's spot, and hopefully I can fill the shoes that he left in terms of his content here.
Everyone go tweet Andrew Fialco and congratulate him, because a lot of people were away for the summer. They're not watching a Jet show. Only the diehards are in here, but now the casuals are back. So Fialco, he'll join us. He just won't be a weekly this year because of his coaching job. All right. You don't often see this guy call in. Ladies and gentlemen, Gator McCluskey is on the line. Hello, Gator.
Hey, Tank, what are you doing?
Gator, how are you, buddy?
I'm good. Hey, I don't often have Jets takes, so when I get them, I try to call in. But something occurred to me with everybody flipping out over these practices, right? I think it's unfortunate that professional teams on any level, allow for anyone to watch their practices. I mean, that's what they are, right? They're practices. They're a time to figure things out, to get things going. I would compare it to, like, imagine you were all excited. You're Charles Gorman, and you're all excited to see the new Fantastic Four movie, right? But prior to seeing it, you were invited to watch the shooting, and you were invited to, like, maybe once, twice a week, actually watch them shoot it, not see special effects, but see them sort of like running up against a green screen, and not seeing the finished package. And then you're like, I don't know, this Fantastic Four movie doesn't really look too good. I don't like the lead character. He doesn't seem to, act very well or whatever. And then you go to see it in the theater and people talk to you like you're crazy because they need that kind of time to get it together. And like I said, I just think it's absurd that we are allowed to watch their practices and judge them from afar and really have no idea what's truly going on behind the scenes and know what the plan is. It just seems like a waste of our time. It seems like a demeaning of the Jets organization.
It builds excitement, though, and hype. That's why the NFL wants it. They want reporters there in the summer talking about what's happening. They want the coach and players to speak every day. It generates news, excitement, interest in the product. That's why they do it.
No, I get why they do it. I just think it's unfortunate for the teams because they're judged on a very unfair level, right? Because this isn't the product they're going to put out on the field on September or whatever.
Yeah, you're right. I think it comes down to this. Like, in the grand scheme of things, none of this matters. It matters what the Jets do, in the case of the Jets, since we're a Jet show, what they do in the regular season. But because there's such an interest and the fact that people care, that's why the NFL has all the things they do year-round to keep people engaged, and training camp's just another one of those things. So you're right. Like, dude, for a fact, Gator, if it was up to Aaron Glenn, no one would be allowed to watch any practice.
Yes,
it was up to him.
exactly.
But there are rules in place that allow these things to be covered by media, and there are a limited amount of practices that are open for fans. It is weird when Gator is serious, though, so I am enjoying this, though.
No, I love this take completely. And, yeah, when the beat writers specifically are in the building, they are under strict, tweeting rules and reporting rules as to coverages and concepts and things like that. And then when they have open to the fans' practices, you're going to see an even more vanilla version of what they're doing in the regular season. So it's going to be hard if you're sitting out in the stands as a fan to really get a full glimpse of what this offense or even the defense is going to be. So you might see things here and there. Like, I thought it was kind of weird that Ben Johnson in Chicago, he ran a trick play on like Chicago's, back to whatever night, back to football night in front of their fans. And he ran like a wrinkle of a trick play. It was a throwback pass from DJ Moore. And I was surprised that they would put a wrinkle like that in front of fans. So you're not going to see any of that with AG and Engstrand and the Jets offense. You're going to see it really tight-lipped when the fans are there. Obviously, they can do a little bit more when it's just the media, and then they're restricted on what they can report. But to your point, yeah, I think it's a disadvantage for them because you're seeing such a surface-level product. But at the end of the day, Jake said they just need to be a product of content every single day and talking points and staying in the news cycle. So I get it from both ends. But, yeah, I would love it if the Jets could just have closed practices, nobody sees what's going on, and then week one, in the preseason or week 1 in the regular season, we're all surprised at what we see. So it is a bit of a catch-22 when we all are thriving and salivating for content, but also we don't want to reveal all the trade secrets.
We loved it last year when Rodgers was lighting it up with Garrett Wilson and company. We loved it. We couldn't get enough of it. So
And
yeah, it goes both ways.
slow motion passes. Living here in Tampa, I get in March, I get to watch the Yankees spring training games, and I always love doing that. But imagine like me going to a Yankee preseason game and just like, oh, Aaron Judge, he looks like shit. He's going to have a terrible year. I could tell, I can't tell, you know what I mean? Like I'm watching the preseason games. They're trying to figure out their swings. They're trying to figure out, maybe a new position in the field, and it takes a lot to learn, to get up to that kind of speed. And, again, it's just, to me, this time that we're looking at Fields as though like, we better have another quarterback ready to go if Tyron isn't available. I think he's just jumping the gun way too soon. We got to chill. We got to do a little chill action, right?
A little big chill. Yeah, absolutely.
It's
like watching a sculptor work and they're not done yet. And like, you only see bits and pieces of it. And you're like, that looks like shit. I can't even tell what that is. It's unidentifiable. And then 3 weeks later, when the sculptor's done, it's a polished piece of marble that looks as beautiful as Gator does right now.
Man, Spielberg hasn't put in the special effects yet to the movie. You don't want to watch it before that happens.
Exactly.
Big Cho wants to talk to you, Gator. He specifically said he wants to talk to me off air, and I believe he mentioned you. So be on high alert for Big Cho.
Big production meeting coming.
All right. Lock down the phones, pal.
Gator, thanks for the time. Great call.
Love you guys.
Gator's the best, man. You're muted, it looks like, Jake.
All right. Stream, I was doing that thing where I just had the sound effect on
in your ear.
And now I had this piece go and that's not what you want stuck in your ear. Okay. A couple calls left, then the raffle. We're almost at the 2-hour mark. I'm trying to keep the shows to 2 hours maximum, especially on days where I already did 2 hours of radio. Janice Jet is in the AsmanJake raffle for 10. Let's go hit the Jet chant for Janice, who will be in Tampa with us for Jets Bucks. If you hear your name called, Janice made you a channel member. Jet Up J, Big Zeus, Mark Freeland, Ray J, Joe Price, Beast is the man of the year, Joe the Sad Jet Fan, Sean Ford, and Joe XV2, all receiving a gifted membership there from Janice Jet. For those tuning in late, we still have opportunities to win this, a signed Wayne Corbett jersey. There's not a ton of people in this raffle relative to the prize, so this is a good opportunity for anyone who still wants in to have a great chance to win. We'll raffle that one away coming up. Few calls left. Let's say hello to Dominic, who's next on the show. What's up, Dominic?
What's up, guys? How's it going?
Dominic, hope SummerSlam went well, my man.
It did. It was a good time. Well, the night itself was a good time. Getting the hell out of there was horrible.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, baby.
Like I couldn't make the camp. I didn't have a car. So it's like I left early. I left the show early. I was like, I'm going to get an Uber and get out of here before chaos ensues. Well, my Uber got canceled the first time. It got canceled the second time. It got canceled the third time. By that happened, everybody was out of the stadium. And I had to like literally walk over to the American Dream Mall and try to get a lift from there. And it took me like 2 hours to get home. It was ridiculous. Or back to the place I was staying at. So
MetLife Stadium, baby. Nothing like it.
Oh, yeah.
And like the aspect of it all too is like I love the Jets. I don't like that area of New Jersey, New York. It's so tough to get around in, man. Oh man. Like I couldn't even make some of the other stuff I wanted to get to too, wrestling related, and then I couldn't make the Jets camp. That was the crappy thing about it all. So, but Jake, I appreciate you getting me the ticket, anyways, though, man. It was very nice of you to do that.
No problem. Hopefully, one of these days, Dominic, I'll meet you in person, maybe at one of my watch parties or something going on this year.
Hell yeah, I'll definitely make a trip over to meet some of you guys and stuff like that, especially maybe during the season at some point or another. But yeah, some lessons learned this weekend. But yeah, SummerSlam was fun. As far as I'm 100% with Gator too on what his take was with Fields. It's just like, we're just seeing practice. This is all that's going on. I'm not going to worry about it until the season starts. Like even preseason, if he sucks during preseason, not going to be too worried either at that point in time. I think it's just a matter of like, yeah, working out the kinks, and once it's showtime, then it's showtime. So we'll see how it goes. One last thing. So I'm also 40, and they mentioned Gary was talking about how Beast is 40 and like doing it. Today is actually the gym anniversary. So like I started going back to the gym 2 years ago, and so like, hey, yeah, you can do it if you're 40. It's easy to do. So
You're saying there's hope for Beast to get down to 259?
100% there's hope for Beast. Yeah. Just got to hit the gym and get a better air conditioner and clean the sheets every month.
Clean the sheets, yeah.
That's it.
That's great.
But cool, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Well done, man. Great call.
Dom.
Oh, that was funny. Shout out to Ralphie Rocks, $10 super chat in the raffle for 2. Any Eric Watts info? He was the highest paid UFDA last year. I have heard nothing about Eric Watts, so I couldn't even tell you if I've seen a tweet mentioning him on a play.
I have few and far between, more so than Braden McGregor, I guess, who would be like his closest competition at that next edge spot. I think he had a blow up on Breece Hall where he hit him in the backfield for a tackle for loss. And then one of the other practices, he had a potential, they called it a would-be sack. So like obviously the play kept running, but Watts got to Fields and you just can't tackle him at that point. So he's doing things here and there. It's just, I think because of his size, right? He's in the 270 range. He's closer to like Michael Clemens' build and physique. Maybe they, prioritize guys like that on their edge, and, they want heavier guys on the edge. And maybe he does still make it just because it's not like an entirely crowded room. And if they keep 5 edge players until JJ comes back, I definitely think he could be one of those guys. So still, the jury's still out on him, but I have seen his name here and there.
Stack has gifted a channel membership. Thank you very much, Stack. Ron P received that membership, so Stack's in the raffle for 1. Dominic, who just called, is now supporting the channel and the community. He's in the raffle for 1. And the listener who got the membership is Big Zay. Congratulations, Big Zay. Reminder, when you're a channel member, you get a free super chat every month. You get access to members-only videos that I post. There's just a bunch of different things you get, including the loyalty badge next to your name, and it's a great way to support the channel. And this month marks 2 years I've been full-time talking about the New York Jets on YouTube, which is crazy. Think about how bad the Jets have been, and this job does better than Afternoon Drive in Houston on ESPN Radio. So shout out once again to the Asmaniacs for their incredible support. Speaking of radio, for those who missed it, I'm in for Michael K till Friday this week, so I'm on again tomorrow from 1 to 3 on ESPN New York. And Mike Tannenbaum is one of my scheduled guests tomorrow, Jet fans, so make sure you listen in to that. Zach Tendler is in the raffle for 1. He gifted a channel membership. Zach, your membership went to listener AP. All right, I was going to go back to Derek, but his line just dropped. So hopefully, Derek, if you're still out there, I'll try and squeeze you in. Now, Beast is on hold right now, and he has seemingly changed his name to the Nature Boy, a.k.a. the Golden Stallion. So, Dylan, let's see what this is all about. Hello, Beast. Beast. The Nature Boy, a.k.a. Glutton Stallion. Mr. 33 awards and the Glutton Star.
I'm doing eBay or I'm doing eBay.
Hey, Beast, turn the lights on.
That's like his burner account.
Oh,
Private instead of private.
Are you? Oh my God!
Hey, Beast, you got a hole in your shirt.
Are you this seriously out of control? Yo, it seems like I'm
You called into my show, Beast. You were on hold. I went to you. I thought you had something you wanted to say.
Well.
Are you enjoying the fresh sheets that you're laying on?
Hey, the beauty. Hey, they're not just a home run. They're a grand slam. Remember, get your M&M hot dogs soon enough. Thank you.
Hey, Beast, how much do you weigh? The chat wants to know.
To these dumbass clown boys on here, 5'9", 259. Get that correct and get your ears fixed and go see a doctor if you have time. Yeah.
259, only one leg off the scale.
Sorry.
Hey, Gary.
This is the kind of comedy act that I'm not buying. I'm not buying out one bit of it.
259, 5'9". Do you believe it, Gary?
I thought he was 5'7". He grew 2 inches, or is this like an NBA height? They measured him with his shoes
I'm
on.
saying, Gary. I'm saying.
Everyone gets 2 inches at the draft combine, right? 5'7". If he's 5'9", he's about 340. If he's 5'7", I'll say 320.
You don't want me. You don't want me to do this, but I do have dress shoes somewhere around here, and just because I wear dress shoes and loafers and Adidas, this is where the fun stops right here.
What kind of sneakers do you wear? Let's see which one. I don't have anything on my feet right now, but socks. What's on your feet?
What's the correlation of shoes and weight, Beast? I don't get it.
These are my babies right here. These are my size 11s right here, baby.
Beast, do you want a pair of pink sandals?
Are you fuck?
Whoa!
Well, if he's got size 11 shoes,
I just asked a question.
5'7", you would think he'd have smaller feet.
This was just sent to me, so I wasn't sure if this was Beast or not. It looks like him, but maybe it's not.
Oh shit! You know what? Maybe a vacation actually will do the trick.
You going on vacation?
Maybe a vacation from this for a little while. Actually,
where you going on vacation, Beast?
Tropical Island.
I think it's a staycation.
Somewhere off the internet where I don't need to be, where I can actually have a little bit of respect and decorum.
Patriots 12 says 355.7. Go on a scale. Patriots 12.
Hey, 6 weeks. Go fuck yourself.
Whoa.
What do you like? What do you think his percentage of body fat is?
43.
I couldn't even guess. You know what I'm saying?
43%.
Obese is like 25%, right? Or 30? I think like 43 might be a fair guess. It's crazy. Like usually if you're under 20, you're doing good. 20.
Yeah. I was gonna say last time I checked, I think I'm like 16 to 18%. So I'm like okay for my height and weight, but
you're in good shape. As long as you're under 20. Your 20 is when they kind of say you're overweight, but even 20 is not that bad, right? Like
no.
Yeah,
you have some love handles, maybe like a little belly, but you don't have a full keg out front. The average
looking guy is probably around 20, a little over 20. Yeah. So I'm at 40. I think it's a fair guess.
I think it's fair. With the data that we have been given, I think it's a fair projection.
Hey, B, should we throw 6 rings in the hole?
You know what? By the power vested in me, do it.
All right, Beast. I'm going to have you do the honors whenever you're ready.
At 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time.
Now look what you've done, 6 rings. You fake patch fraud. No more protection from the Asmaniacs. Had to cut you off and cast you out with the sodomites. Some time in here will make you feel like you've been run over by the lane train. You understand me? You catch my drift? Give them another 24 hours to think about it.
Goodbye, 6 rings. Farewell.
5 dos. Come on, Beast. Come on, man.
Nick Shine writes in, I just opened this in training and my earbud was powered off. Beast is screaming numbers in Spanish. Unbelievable.
Yeah, try explaining this to somebody in public that has no idea what the Jake Asman show is, please.
The comments I get from people who don't watch the show, oh my God, it is very funny.
Well, your approval rating with wives and girlfriends is not very strong, but
once they start watching a little bit, then they start to get it. But it's very tough to explain the fascination with Beast and Gorman and Bobby Midnight.
Gary hurts you in the female department as well.
Yep. But somehow our female audience continues to grow. 4.5%.
They love Bobby Midnight. That's what it is.
I guess so. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the raffle. Thank you to everyone who made it so special, who makes it possible. We gave away a signed Sauce Gardner jersey on the first show today. That went to the great Green Gang, who came all the way from Baltimore to be at the Asmaniac meetup on Saturday. Right now, we are going to raffle away a signed Wayne Corbett jersey. And I have right here, Dylan, the Wheel of Champions. So it is my honor and privilege to pull up the said Wheel of Champions. And everyone should now be able to see it on their screen. All right. I need some dramatic music now.
We're 4-boxed with Gary and Beast. We do not see them.
All right, let's go.
You guys are what? Oh, I'm on a delay. That's not good. That's not what I wanted to do there. I wanted a Wheel of Champions. You don't see it?
Now it's us two and something
wheel?
loading. Yep, Wheel of Champions is up on the screen.
All right. Imagine saying Wheel of Champions, then you just see Gary and Beast. That's the stuff of nightmares. Anyway, if you tell, I'm not even going to play the video because I'm having issues here. Clearly, if you couldn't tell. So instead, I'm hoping the music is playing. You let me know if you hear it.
It just started playing. Yep.
Okay, great. I'm going to make it lower because I'm sure it's way too loud.
Blasting.
Yep. All right, is it lower now?
No. Now it is.
Okay. All right, now I hear it too. Wonderful. StreamYard, never change. Here we go. One spin to decide it all. Dylan, make a prediction. Who's winning the jersey?
Uh-oh. Pork in the morning. That's my guy.
Pork in the morning. He got back with his ex-wife. She has a Wayne Corbett fetish. Is it meant to be? I made that last part up. Here we go. The winner of the signed Corbett jersey is Jay Perez. Hey, congrats to Jay. I think Jay won a Corbett signed helmet, so now he's got the matching jersey to go with it. Congratulations to Jay. Pork, you didn't win, but you still get to pork your ex-wife. Congrats on that. And and everyone who also didn't win, including Jay, by the way, is in our weekly raffle prizes, which feature a signed Sauce jersey, Glenn jersey, and a Jermaine Johnson jersey. All right, Dylan, tell us about your channel. We got you 600 subs during the show. Let's get you even more tonight when you're going live. So tell us about that.
Yeah, we absolutely crushed the 600. We're at 609. So I greatly appreciate everybody who has hit the subscribe button in the last 2 hours. If you want more content from yours truly over on my channel at Dylan Tereman, just my full name, I will be going live around 7:15, 7:30-ish after I get a bite to eat. I'm going to be continuing my rankings.
What are you eating for dinner?
Would you be surprised if I said pork chops?
You know what? That is very appropriate.
I'm having pork chops for dinner. So, yeah, it's a very pork-filled theme tonight. But I'll be back around 7:30 on my channel doing the top 60 rankings. I ranked players 60 to 21 last week. This week, it is number 20 through number 1. So the top end of our roster. Come enjoy, come banter a little bit. We can debate, if I have somebody too high or too low in the rankings for you guys. And tomorrow, also, I'll plug the show 7:30 tomorrow with Tyson Roush from Let's Talk Jets. So that'll be our third live stream of the week, maybe more to come. Game preview for the Packers is also coming later in the week. So at Dylan Tereman on YouTube, we're on the road to 1K, just past 600, thanks to the greatness of this community and Jake's support as well. So I appreciate everybody.
Dylan, you're the man. Shout out again to the Asmaniacs. Our next live event is for the Jets-Giants preseason game. We're just, 11 days away? Jets-Giants, August 16th. Justin Fields probably playing in that one. Should add a lot of intrigue. $18 ticket includes a free beer, a free shot, and a raffle ticket for your chance to win a bunch of awesome prizes that night. Please buy your ticket. Hey, shout out to V-Man. He officially bought a ticket today, so I want to shout out V-Man for doing that. Check it out, folks. It's going to be a great time. Mr. Bonesy's going to be there. Nick Shine's going to be there. Snowball, Genergy. I'm just trying to think of all the people I know that either bought tickets or said they're going. It's going to be a blast, so I can't wait. To everyone who was at our meetup on Saturday this past week, think about that, but alcohol and an actual Jet game on the TV. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait. Dylan, you were the man. Everyone go watch Dylan's show tonight. My name is Jake Asman. I am on the radio tomorrow from 1 to 3. So tomorrow morning stream will start at 9 a.m. We normally go live at 10 during the week. It's a special 9 a.m. time because I'm in for Michael K tomorrow from 1 to 3. And then check back in the afternoon around 4:30 when Robbie Sabo will join us to give us the latest takeaways from Jets camp. With that said, that does it for me. Again, thanks to Dylan T for spending some time with us on the show today. Shout out to the Asmaniacs. You guys are the best. I'll talk to you guys soon. Jets. Jets. Give us a little moonwalk.
I can't. I got the ankle. Oh, do you not know what happened?
No, did something happen recently?
Yeah, when I was in New York, I got hit by a car.
Is there security footage of this? Can I play it on the show?
So they would probably have the footage. I mean, what am I going to do with it now?
Gator's already working on a production of this, so
yeah, I think that's why I didn't want to bring it up.
I'm going to play a drop, and then that's your cue to make a face like you got hit by a car. You ready?
All right, I'll do it.
Here we go. Ready? And Gator writes in, can he throw the headset off and vomit?
Now there's a gas station over here. I'm gonna go get some pizza and see if they have any butter to put on it.
You could have died.
But I didn't.
Hi. Sorry, everybody. See you next call when we talk about sports again.
Excuse me.
Hey, here's the deal. Just got no chance unless you click on that like button. And you got to make sure you subscribe to the Jake Asman Show. You don't, you can get the f*** out. Now let's go, Asmaniacs. We're built for this shit.